We have a fully articulated body in his brown suit.
Fans are asking for her and Inart.
Tom Cruise likeness, screen accurate sculpted hair.
We're going to go for fully seamless silicone arms.
This, you got the raptor right here on the side.
Bring Elizabeth I into the spotlight she deserves.
My Hot Toys pitch today.
For the standard version, $380. Of course, he would have two head sculpts the same way.
He will have several unmasked sculpts.
Now, this is going to be a hot ticket item.
Of course, the standard figure base.
That Daily Bugle office-themed backdrop, double-sided.
We'll throw in a diorama base.
Also get that like civilian clothing look.
Grime him up, make him super dirty.
And some A-Train Turbo Rush.
All right.
Buenos dias.
What an intro.
What an intro, yes, sir. Yeah.
Buenos dias. It is capítulo 16 de Más o Menos, su programa favorito, a special live presentation. We've made it to Sweet 16, Marco. 16 episodes. We are older than a quinceañera. How do you feel that we've made it this far, Marco?
Kind of wild, man, because with a lot of resistance from me, bro, you're always like, okay, can we do this date? Nope. Can we do this date? Nope. So yeah, kind of a minor miracle you're able to pull together a show involving, a lot of work from our guests. And yeah, man, it's glad to be here with everyone this morning. Looking forward to this.
Absolutely. Now I want to go into our special guest judges today. Now we got a special panel of great competitors and guest judges. First, I want to go with my man, Chuck. Chuck, you who are here for the first time, you got to witness how these King Shark tanks go and the work that goes into them. How do you feel being here back again on Más o Menos?
Look, I'm so happy. I need this so bad. You have no idea. It's early in the morning, but I'm here for it. I was blown away the last time at the quality of the presentations. It was amazing. I mean, I felt like I was actually in a pitch boardroom. It was awesome. So yeah, I'm here for it. I'm excited. I'm ready for it.
Hell yeah.
You're on. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. This is a show that's not definitely for everyone because it does require a lot of work, and some people are like, I don't know if I can do that, right? So, it does require a lot of extra effort to do so, not just showing up and talking about the figures, but you actually need to do something, and it does require a little extra work. So I'm always very grateful for the guests, especially our returning guests that are willing to come back after doing it originally. And willing to participate in the tournaments. But before we get into
for more punishment is wild.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, but it's everyone deserves a second chance, and that's all about the redemption tournament. What we're doing today, redemption tournament. But someone that's not in the redemption tournament because he was a champion, my guy, the movie canon, Gio. Gio, ¿cómo estás? Buenos días.
Hello, guys. Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Depende de donde encuentres en este mundo. Yeah, so thank you again, Jose, for inviting me here. Yeah, I was the champ last year. We'll see if I retain that title later on this year. Well, next month, right? It's supposed to be next month. So,
Mhm.
so yeah, again, thank you for having me on here. I am still fighting a cough. It seems like it's like a every other month thing now. So I'm still fighting a bit of a cough, but I'm here, and nice to stream with you guys again, Feezy and Adam last night on Figures Talk, and nice streaming with you, Marco and Jose as always. And this is the first time I stream with Chuck. So hello, Chuck.
Yeah.
Nice to
Nice to meet you,
and,
brother. Yeah.
and it'll be a good show today. Very good show. So thanks again.
Absolutely. And speaking of the special guest competitors, I want to go to my man Feezy. Now, Feezy, you went up against Ben Thomas. That one was a tough one. I remember you pitched Darkness, and you came up close. It was close, but Ben ended up getting a shot in the Champions Tournament, which you lost. If you remember last episode, Ben ended up losing his matchup with Vita. But now you're back. You're in the Redemption Tournament. How do you feel?
I'm feeling good. I know, if I recall correctly, the last one was pretty close, but I felt good about it. I went in doing what I could. I knew I was going in with an uphill battle on that one. But this one, actually, I don't think is going to be any different. It's going to be the same situation, uphill battle on this one. But I'm feeling good about it. I think I'm ready as I'm going to be. So looking forward to see what Adam has up in store and see if he can bring it, because I'm going to be bringing this one. So we'll see.
Hell yeah. Can I tell a quick anecdote? So Feezy and I are in the same part of the world. So we met up to go watch a movie. And I'd asked him, I was like, hey, you want to go watch Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze? He's like, it's not my favorite, but I'm down to go check it out. I thought I had seen it semi-recently. I guess I hadn't, because complete dog shit. Like, what a terrible, terrible film. And that's one of my favorite movies of all time from being a kid and just watching it. I was like, I'm so sorry I put you through that, Feezy. So I owe him one, but no, appreciate him being a good friend and tagging along on that one. But I was like, I'm selling all my Secret of the Ooze stuff now. It's got to go after seeing it as an adult. So.
Now, much
Secret of the Ooze,
yeah.
I don't know about that one, but how do you guys feel about number 3, the time travel?
Oh, I hated that as a kid, so I couldn't even imagine how that's going to hold
worse.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it because I'm nostalgic for it, because that's the only one we had on VHS. Not the first one, not the second one, but the third one. So we would watch the third one all the time. So I kind of like it.
That's child abuse, man.
I know. But anyway, speaking of our competitors, my guy, OneAdamTwelve, you're back in the Redemption Tournament. You're excited about today's. I can buy based on your gear. You're excited for today's pitch. How are you?
Well, first of all, buenos tardes. Hola, uno Adam 12. That's about the extent of my Espanol.
Hell yeah.
From my high school
Love
Spanish
it.
class.
Love it.
Looking forward. First of all, great panel. Looking forward to having some fun with my friend Feezy.
Oh, shit.
We got a video game soundtrack there, which is even better. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Great competition, and that's what the topic we have is all about: competition. Am I hearing like video game music?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll switch it up.
Let's switch
I
it
switched
up.
up the track. Yeah,
Right.
that one's too spooky for this early in the morning in our time zone.
We were like, whoa. I was trying to pick one, and I was like, what about this one? And
Yeah, you're like, no.
Yeah, we're not ready to take on Bowser right now. So.
No, not yet.
Too early for that.
Absolutely. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into the chat real quick before we get into our warm-up. Obviously, Nerdist Maximus, who is on the panel, saying best intro on YouTube. I appreciate that, man. It's all a big thank you to my man right here, Giovanni, who created that intro for us. Thank
Dude,
you
it's
so much.
sick. It's sick. I love it. Every time I see it, I'm just like, yeah.
It's well done. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. A lot of input from Jose, but yeah.
Yeah, a lot of notes. A lot of notes.
Yeah. The length, especially, but yeah.
Absolutely. We want to shout out to my guy Keith Lee. Morning, friends. Let's go. Hey, Keith Lee, how are you? We got OneAdamTwelve letting everybody know to hit the like button on the way in. Yes, Adam, thank you so much for doing that. Chuck, I believe, is this your Twitch? Letting us know. Yes, King Shark, baby. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Pitches. I got Gio in the chat warming it up. I got Bob Dylan, my guy. Bob Dylan, good to see you, my friend. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you.
Bob, I might have to send you some messages, because after that Dune trailer, I'm feeling like I might need to expand the collection a bit. So I'm not going to go as crazy as you, but I'm looking for at least a second body to put the because I got the rooted pole sculpt in the box right now because I just love the still suit. So might need some advice on how to plus what I've got already.
Hey yo, plus I love that. Feezy warming up the chat. It's good to see you. We got my guy Harrison. Hey, what's up, everyone? Good luck to you both. Great panel. Yes, absolutely. Harrison, good to see you here. Let's see. Just maybe you guys talking amongst yourselves. And my guy Badfish is in here as well in the chat. What up, guys? Good to see you here, my friend.
Pescado malo.
Pescado malo. All right, guys. Before we get into the King Shark tank, which will be a little early today, guys, by the way, we'll get into the King Shark tank very, very soon. Ooh, let the spice flow. Yes. I wanted to get into a couple things here. There were some really excellent trailers, I thought so, that came out this week. And I thought we could chat a little bit about them, see your thoughts. Let's see. Here it is. Oh, no. There it is. And there we go. So Spider-Man, A Brand New Day released the first official look trailer for the film. A lot of stuff going on in the trailer, but a lot of it is, again, consequences of the last film. I was wondering, guys, Marco, I'll go to you first. Are you hyped for this film, or has it been too long you kind of lost interest?
Yeah, I loved the original, well, let me not say original trilogy, but the home trilogy that reminded me, John Watts, I think, was the director, what he did. So really happy with those three films. Obviously, we're moving to kind of a different tone, and you could tell by the color palette a little bit. I'm not completely sold based on the trailer. I think I need to watch it again. I just saw it one time. There's a lot going on. But it wasn't, it didn't blow me away for sure. Like the Dune trailer, like completely hyped, all in. This one, I'm like, okay, interesting. But obviously a lot of great aspects. Love that Jeremy Benthal, as Ben Thomas would call him, is coming back as the Punisher. So yeah, there are a lot of great things about this, but I got to see more. I'm a little bit skeptical at this point in terms of also the CG. I know I've seen some comments about this, but just like it's looking a little flat. So still early before the film comes out, but I'm not 100% in, but still really excited to see what this film has in store.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from. CG may need some work, but it's a little bit of ways away, so I'm sure they're refining it. I'm sure we'll see a second trailer, and you'll see even some additional, things that they've upgraded. Color correction always happens. You see it from trailer to trailer even sometimes. So yeah, I'm definitely there with you. Feezy, did you check out this trailer? Are you excited about this new next chapter in the Tom Holland Spider-Man universe?
Yes and yes. Yeah, I mentioned this on Figures Talk on GeoStream last night also, that some of the CGI kind of looked unnatural to me, so it seemed kind of iffy. So hopefully this is they're using early footage. That's usually the case with trailers, right? Sometimes stuff doesn't even make the cut. So hopefully the actual final cut will look better, and they've improved upon some of those some of the motions that he was going through. So either that, or if the rest of the movie action sequences and Spider-Man movements are kind of similar like that, then that would make sense, right? Just as long as it doesn't it's not too jarring, because that will that is noticeable, and that will take me out of it. But aside from that, yeah, everything else looks cool. I like the fact they brought back what's his name, Nacho from what was
Nacho.
he made that
Nacho Varga.
Post credit appearance. Which one was that? Morbius?
Yeah.
I forgot which
Scorpion.
Scorpion. It was in No Way. Actually, it was in Homecoming in the original film.
Mm-hmm.
He was in. He got locked
but
up.
But the post credit where that's right. You're right. It is Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it is. I couldn't remember which one. Because they're starting playing together. Yeah,
he runs into Vulture in jail, and he's like, "Oh, we heard that know who Spider-Man is." Yeah.
Yep, you're right. Yeah, so I love that they brought him back, sticking with that consistency. And there's a couple of things I want to say, but I'll save some meat on the bone for others there. But yeah, looking forward to some.
Okay. Yeah. No. Absolutely. Adam, did you check out this trailer? Is Tom Holland Spider-Man your favorite Spider-Man?
Yeah, it is. He is my favorite Spider-Man. I love the Holland trilogy and his appearances in Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame. I saw it several times when it came out on online, and my daughter and I saw it last night. We went to go see Project Hail Mary, and they showed it before the movie. I think it looks really good. I am the two movies that I am most psyched for this year. 3 movies actually: The Odyssey, this movie, and Doomsday. And I'm after the original Star Wars trilogy, I've just been so excited for certainly up through Endgame, the MCU. They've had some good films post Endgame, and it seems like they've they've righted the ship. They're going in the right direction, and I can't wait for this. Some of the shots they showed were straight out of different covers of comics. I really like that. I'm looking forward to see what they do.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of callbacks and homages to very famous Spider-Man comic book covers. So absolutely, Adam. Yeah,
love it.
I love the callbacks. I did a couple right here in this visual that you're looking at. Gio, I know you're fighting the cold, but let us know, what do you think about the trailer? And is Tom Holland your favorite Spider-Man?
Tom Holland is my favorite Spider-Man, actually. You would think it's Toby, right? Because he was the one that when I was growing up, that's the first one that I saw in 2002. But yeah, I think Tom Holland does fit the character overall. He does both Peter Parker and Spider-Man, and he just fits the role perfectly. The trailer, it's awesome. I saw it like everyone else, when it was first dropped online. It looks even better if you see it on the big screen, because it was attached to the Project Hail Mary film right in front of it, so it was cool to see it on the theater. I like the additions that we see here. So we see some information as to what happened, because it has been a couple of years since No Way Home, right? Isn't it like, I don't know if it's like 4 years. I don't know if it's been that long.
Like 4 years, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because MJ, she moved on. She has the guy from Ahsoka. What is the
Ezra?
Ezra. Yeah. So he moved on with that guy. So
that rat fuck.
So so we see that in the trailer. So okay, so he's gonna be dealing with that. He's gonna be looking at that without ever saying anything, and he has to see that. And then his friend Ned, we see him coming back. I'm still trying to figure out if Tony Revolori, if he's gonna come back as Flash, because I know I asked him when I met him, but that was years ago. I asked him, so are you gonna be back to the new Spider-Man movie? And he was like, well, no one's told me anything. So I was like, okay. I mean, that was several years ago, but I don't know if they're even gonna include him in this. But
who knows? He was so irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Yeah. I mean, at that point, yeah. But I was just just trying to get more information, But Punisher, the addition here, look, that was awesome. That sequence that we got, that quick sequence. It looks like it'll definitely work with these two characters in this film, and I like how he's like cussing a lot, Punisher in this series, and the Daredevil, and then his own series and stuff like that. And then Spider-Man just like shuts him up with the web on his mouth and shit. So it looks like that's going to be a lot of cool dynamic there. And then of course Bruce Banner. So I'm expecting him to transform back to the Hulk that we like, right? So hopefully we'll see him in this movie. And then a Scorpion, looks cool. Is that the first time we're gonna see a Scorpion live action? Right? I don't remember.
Yeah, so that's the first time you'd see a Scorpion live action, and I like that. I like that they're exploring a lot. You see Tarantula in there as well. You see Boomerang. You see a different Boomerang, not the DC version, but there's a couple like minor Spider-Man villains that you're seeing in the trailer.
Yeah,
that I'm assuming that's going to be part of some sort of montage that you've never seen on screen before, which I really appreciate. Them exploring villains that we haven't seen 15 million times.
Right. And because how they did show him in Homecoming, and they see he has a tattoo of the Scorpion, and I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be him. He's gonna be Scorpion. I figured maybe the next movie, but we're gonna have him in the fourth one, and yeah, so I'm excited for this. Looks good to me. I'll be watching it.
More Latino representation too with the Scorpion, which you love to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was one of those things with Scorpion is that with the newer renditions, they did make him Latino, which was pretty cool, and that's what they incorporated here with the casting. You know, in the live action version. Go ahead, Adam.
And the actor who played the Scorpion, he was so good. If you watch Better Call Saul,
oh yeah,
he was excellent, and he had a role, an ongoing role in that show. Tragic role, great show though.
Yeah, he crushes it in that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Sorry, guys, trying to do like 3 things at once. I want to go to my guy Chuck. Chuck, how do you feel about this trailer? Did you check it out? Are you a fan of Tom Holland's Spider-Man? And what do you think overall of what, you know, the homages that they're doing to the comic books and the additional characters like Punisher and the return of Scorpion?
So I'm having something weird happening. I can hear you when you talk, Jose, but when you stop talking, it gives me a mute icon and everybody else is muted. I can't hear anybody except for you when you talk.
That is so strange. That is so strange.
I know.
You might need
so
to,
I'll give my opinion.
Yeah,
I'll
give your
my
opinion,
and then I'll leave and then I'll come back. How about that?
Hopefully, yeah, go ahead.
I got kicked a little while ago. It was weird. Okay, so I stopped reading the comics. I was never a big Spider-Man fan in the comics, but I really love what Tom Holland has done with the character. I think he brings a vulnerability to it that some of the other actors have not brought to it for me. So I'm really excited about this. I loved the trailer. Seeing Scorpion was awesome. Loved that. The thing that I loved most was Frank, because I'm a huge Punisher fan. So getting to see Frank in the trailer was just that all my hair stood up on the back of my neck. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna say something sacrilege. I'm kind of more excited about this one than I was No Way Home.
Oh wow.
This is just, it looks like peak Spider-Man to me. It looks like everything that we want. I couldn't hear what anybody else said, so I may be repeating what people said. But yeah, this just looked really good. I think the nobody knows who he is situation just going to add a whole new level of complexity to this movie. I'm really excited for this movie, more than I have been for a Marvel project in a long time. So
yeah,
absolutely, absolutely. All right, Chuck. Yeah, if you would
I'm
like,
gonna bounce and come back. Yeah,
absolutely. Hopefully that works. Hopefully that works out.
Yeah, you know, like just to go off of what Chuck's saying though, like everything about like the setup of this, like the street level Spider-Man, I love that. Maybe I need to watch the trailer again. Again, there was a lot going on, but it just didn't connect with me as I was expecting to leave it being 100% hyped and didn't get me there.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Now you shared something with me. I'm going to go ahead and play it here. Hopefully that works. Can you guys see this?
First leak of the day.
It's loading. It's loading. Oh, there you go. We can see it now.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I stay the fuck away from her. Dude, I got some more. Exactly. So what the fuck you talking to her for? I stay the fuck away from her.
Was that you in high school, Jose?
What the fuck you talking to her
Can we
for?
confirm without the beard? Looking suspiciously. No.
Oh man.
That was Jose?
Oh my god.
No, it wasn't.
Hey yo, why'd you leak me like that? What's going on here?
First leak.
Who recorded me?
Well, you had to grow the beard to move on from that video clip.
Oh, that was great.
Oh god.
Yeah, I know. I also agree with Chuck too in that. Like I was kind of looking, obviously in the first set of the first trilogy, Spider-Man has help, but now they approached it differently. It's not your typical origin story. Now we're kind of going back to what a lot of people are familiar with Spider-Man and Peter Parker kind of being his own growing up and, kind of doing things like, again, the street level. Yeah. So I'm also looking forward to that too, like Marco was saying. So that's that part I'm really looking forward to seeing how him doing it on his own this time but I guess it's kind of a little different because he has that experience, right, from being in the Avengers and all that. So now we get to hopefully see like a really badass Spider-Man and see how it goes. So yeah, really looking forward to that part of it.
Yeah, it does seem like more Spider-Man centered, even though the other ones were about Spider-Man's. It does feel like a more of a Spider-Man standalone movie, even though there are a couple of other characters that we've seen in the MCU. Maybe the other ones because there was the Tony Stark connection, and there's a whole No Way Home situation with the multiverse. So I think this one feels a little bit more. This is Spider-Man. So yeah, I'm excited for this for sure.
Yeah, one of the things for me, like it's always been a criticism about Tom Holland's Spider-Man is that he never fully felt like 100% like Spider-Man, especially with his relationship with Tony Stark. Like I felt like everything was given to him, and you know he didn't really have to struggle. So where they end up leaving him after this last film, I felt like, okay, now this is Peter Parker. And then what this trailer is showing me is that you know him longing for MJ and you know and not anyone, no one knows his identity, and he has to struggle with putting everyone else above himself. Like that's the ideal characteristic of Spider-Man, and I wasn't seeing that present in the other films. So I'm really excited to see how they definitely incorporate that into this new film, because I definitely think that's what we're going to be exploring, the loneliness and how he feels like he has no one, and I think it's really going to be a whole different tone in film as well. Like the other films were a little bit more fun, right? Kind of the youthfulness of Peter. I think now it's like he's in his 20s and he's exploring heartbreak and loss and all that. So I think that's going to be powerful for this film. So I'm really.
I hope they don't fully lose that like fun and quirky. Obviously, it's still going to be fun, but the quirkiness of the first three films, like there's just some really weird, and I guess it's like high school Gen Z or whatever era he's supposed to be in. But I really like that tone. So hopefully some of that carries over as well.
Well, I think the thing that's interesting is those first three films, and maybe I noticed it more as a New Yorker. They're very much he's an outer borough kid. You know, he's Queens, and he's always looking. In fact, the first teaser poster for Spider-Man: Homecoming is him on a ledge, kind of just relaxing like this, listening to his headphones, you see Manhattan in the background. So he's always looking, kind of longingly at Manhattan. And now you see him. The first shot you see this, I believe, is him on top of one of the skyscrapers in Manhattan. So this is more of the traditional swinging from the skyscrapers and in the city as opposed to the outer boroughs.
Yeah, that's a great point as well.
And I don't know if anybody said it, but how great was it to see him actually pull a mask over instead of it being friggin' nanotech?
Nanotech.
I was so damn excited to just see a pull. I was like, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Just that made the trailer for me at that point.
Well, was there? I don't know if you guys noticed. Was there a big change with the suit compared to the red and blue modern suit?
I didn't notice a big difference. That's
a little desaturated.
Same to me,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not as colorful as as the
shiny blue one.
Like it's almost all shiny and glittery. The one from which I liked, but it does look a little just slightly different, but overall it looks kind of the same. But
yeah, there you go. I'm clipping different enough that you could buy a different figure, I think. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, they're definitely.
Everyone agrees. I'll clip this and send it to Gigi. Yeah, totally different actually.
I think for sure they're doing an artisan figure.
Oh yeah,
probably the same, very similar suit and artisan, just like they did with the Iron Spider. I think that's you can count on it.
And this is the director. What's the name of the director? He's the one who did Shang-Chi.
Daniel
Dustin.
And he did Wonder Man. Didn't he do Wonder Man? Or was it
he did.
He did Wonder Man. Yes, he did.
Okay, yeah. Because I know he was supposed to do when Kang Dynasty was supposed to move forward. I think he was supposed to direct that.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, they moved him to Spider-Man instead.
Pretty good consolation prize.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wonder Man didn't have good ratings, but that's an underrated show.
It was.
I thought that was enjoyable.
Absolutely, guys. Well, speaking of from one Zendaya project to the next, we also had a really big trailer. No, not Euphoria. We had another big trailer for Dune Part 3. Now, Dune Part 3. Where is the thing? Why is it not appearing? What's going on?
Yeah, Euphoria was Dune also.
There it is. Oops.
Zendaya's busy this year. Just like 4 projects.
Yeah, so we had a new trailer. This is 17 years after Part 2. 17 years.
Wow.
So it's a lot that was been going on that we've missed. We got a bald Timothée Chalamet, and it looks like he has taken over the reins. Looks like he's the emperor. And there's a lot of things going on here. There's, again, obviously not a lot of context in the visuals that we're seeing, but really interesting to see this and jump back into this world. Marco, how are you feeling about this trailer?
Yeah, I'll try to keep my comments a little concise here, but I kind of have a complicated relationship with Dune. I didn't read any of the books, didn't really know anything about the property when I saw the first film, and I think it was during the pandemic. It went straight to HBO Max or whatever it was called at the time. And I enjoyed the visuals and the music and everything about it, but I thought it was like overall just kind of boring. And so I kind of left it at that. And then when the second one was coming out, I did a bit more like research into, the world. And I think the first movie does a really not great job of explaining things, but like once you understand that world a little bit more and like what his visions are doing and the Bene Gesserit, and just have like a little bit more background, I feel like that first movie is actually incredible. And so like I rewatched it and I was like, oh, holy shit, this is actually like a masterpiece in my eyes. And then I actually like the first one a little bit more than the second, honestly. Like I think it's just an incredible film, but I can't wait for this. This might be, along with, like Adam was saying, along with the Odyssey, this might be, my most anticipated film of the year, because I think he's going to knock it out of the park. And I know he's kind of sampling from that, is it either the second book or the third book, and then maybe some additional pieces that come after that. So I think he's kind of mixing and matching and kind of putting together what he thinks is a solid trilogy. So yeah, incredibly excited to see this vision. Only thing, and again, I hate to be negative, but I think it's a different cinematographer on this, right? And it still looks beautiful, but yes. I don't know that it's very early days. I don't know that the visuals are necessarily 100% living up to the first two, but I think that it's a really solid imitation at the very least. But this trailer's got me hyped. I cannot wait for this.
Yeah, they originally had I think Fraser, the one who shot the Batman. But
and
I guess
Sicario
he was unavailable,
too, right?
so they got someone else. I don't remember. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. So they ended up. But yeah, no, I definitely hear you. All right. It's StreamYard is acting super weird right now.
I can take it over for a sec, Jose, while you figure out. How about you tell us your thoughts, Feezy?
Yeah, I literally just saw the trailer because I hadn't seen it. I just saw it while you guys were giving your thoughts on the Spider-Man trailer. So after I went in and just started watching it, and it looks good. Again, like I mentioned on Figures Talk last night, I thought the second one kind of agreed with Marco in that Dune 2 all the technical aspects of the movies, both movies were great. I just thought the story was a little lacking, so it was good. I didn't think the story was great. But good enough to kind of keep me interested and see how the rest of the story plays out. So I'm looking forward to this one in that regard. But yeah, everything else, the action, some of the shots they have on there, the sequences, they do look awesome. I don't know if it's going to be one of those things though, like we're in the first Dune, where there was not a lot happening. It was more story building, and at the end you have that final battle. So I wonder if that's going to be similar to this one too, or if there's going to be action more throughout to kind of keep people to kind of give that drip of action throughout the movie to kind of keep them interested. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm not super eager to see it, but I will go see it in theaters. And so, yeah, we'll see how it comes out.
Feezy, do you know if this is any portions are IMAX 70mm or any like special format at all?
I haven't looked yet, but either way, I think I'm going to go see it in IMAX. I mean, we're like you mentioned, we're like in the same area. We go to the same IMAX theater, so
it was shot on IMAX cameras.
Oh, nice.
Oh, was it nice? Okay, even more. Yeah,
that's what they secured those IMAX screens, because they was like, no, we're gonna play that on IMAX.
Doomsday, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Doomsday didn't even try to get IMAX screens yet. Doom got in there real quick. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that, well, yeah, like I said, either way, you know me, like, and Marco, of course, you want to go see it, man, hit me up, let me know. Yeah. Speaking of, I did a, that one movie on my Feezy's media channel. I think you were there, right? Marco, it was you, me, and I'm not sure, Jose, 1 6 Figure Focus, I think, was part of that. Yeah. And we kind of went a little more in depth on Dune 2. And unfortunately, some of it got cut off just because of like the streaming service at the time. And so I lost some of it. So I don't know if all my thoughts were on there, but yeah.
You had to
was,
be there.
You know,
It was one of those things. You had to be there live.
Yeah, you did. It was a great discussion. Yeah, it was a great discussion. We all cooked, but damn it, yeah, that damn streaming services, EV Mux, messed it all up. But yeah, either way, like I said, I'm still curious to see how this plays out in the story wise, or story wise.
Thanks for that, Feezy. So I see Adam might be occupied now. So Gio, why don't you? Oh, there you go. Adam's back. Adam, are you pumped for this Dune Part 3 film? How are you feeling about this?
I think the trailer is an excellent trailer. It definitely, I can see why people are pumped for this. I read the book in college. Wasn't one of my favorites. I think the first two are very well made movies. It just didn't really speak to me. But I appreciate the artistry that went into them because they're excellently made films. Denis Villeneuve, I can't ever pronounce his name. He is an incredible director, and I think like Arrival is one of my favorite sci-fi films. He did Sicario, didn't he?
He did.
Yes.
Yeah. Another excellent film. So I definitely appreciate the artistry and work that went into those two films, but they're not my favorites. This I'll see when it's on HBO Max.
Okay.
Completely fair.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool. Can you guys hear me? Am I okay?
Yeah, you look good. You sound good.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I don't know what was going on, but you guys started freezing and then things started moving. It was weird. Okay, I'm back. Okay, did everyone share their opinion, Marco? On
we were going to Geo next, and then Chuck up last.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, Snoop Dogg once called Denis Villeneuve. So that's what he called him once when he was presenting an award or a nomination or something for the Golden Globes.
But Danny Villanova recently too, so those are all good.
so you're good there. The thing that I did notice is that Paul Atreides is aging well. He said 17 years, right? In a desert planet. Well, we get Ian McGregor, who aged like 50 years and 9 years in Tatooine because he looked like Alec Guinness in A New Hope. So that's
spice is good for your skin, bud.
Right? I guess so, right?
They get better sunscreen there.
Right, exactly. But yeah, I'm a big fan of these movies. I did read the first book, and I will admit it was kind of hard to get through reading it because there's a lot of stuff going on that is like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, what is this? And you kind of have to like learn all these things that is completely made up, and you just kind of have to like really look into things. So it was kind of hard to get through reading the book. And the first film, I did really like the first film. I do prefer the second one. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful film. Cinematography, the score. I think you should watch it in the theater, but that's just me. It's just a much better experience. I that's just my opinion there, of course. So I need to watch Dune 3 in the theater, ideally in IMAX, since it was shot that way. It's just a matter of like, it's going to come out the same day as Doomsday, but I'm still going to watch Doomsday first to avoid spoilers and whatnot. But I am very excited for this. Yeah, so I haven't read the book. This is based on I think Dune Messiah, which I hear it's a lot of controversy going on with what happens with Paul Atreides and stuff like that. But I haven't had a chance to read that, and I'll probably just leave it like that, and I'll just watch the film. But yeah, super excited. Hopefully, it stays on that same day because that's potentially 3-hour films with Dune 3 and Doomsday. That's going to be a long weekend if you're going to watch both of those films. But it's going to be a big movie event, and like I said, hopefully it stays that way for my own selfish reasons. But yeah, I'm super excited for this, so I can't wait.
would you attempt to watch them both on the same day? Because I'm not brave enough to try to crush both tapes on the same day.
I don't know. Probably not, because I'm going to watch Doomsday first, and it'll probably be on a Thursday evening. And that's going to be probably like 3 hours. And I don't think I can be able to do potentially 6.5 hours with trailers and all that stuff.
Your eyes are going to be
Thursday
shot.
night. And so probably not, but I'll definitely be watching both the same weekend within 24 hours or so.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking the same. And Chuck, before we get to you, I just want to say one cool thing about the Dune universe that I didn't appreciate watching the first film is like the storyline where it picks up is kind of like post an AI or like thinking machine war where they had enslaved humanity, and so that's why like all the tech is like very what's the phrase I'm looking for here, like analog basically. And so I think that's like a really cool concept that I don't think the first film does a great job of explaining, and I think that's like an incredible part of the world that once you understand that makes it a lot cooler. So anyways, Chuck, what were your thoughts on the trailer? Sorry, now we're not getting any audio from you at all.
Yeah, it's muted.
There we go. Sorry about that.
Perfect.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Couple of confessions. I read the book, I think, when I was like 7 or 8 years old. Thought it was okay, and then discovered Girls a couple of years after that, and didn't go back to the books. I thought it was an okay book. Granted, I was very young, but I used to read like crazy books when I was a kid. I've purchased the first and second movie on my Apple TV, but I have not watched either one of them yet. My wife and I need to have a couple of movie nights and catch up on them. I haven't even seen this
Is she
trailer
big into
yet.
movies? Sorry to interrupt.
Oh
Chuck.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I actually I outkicked my coverage big time with my wife. We met and dated for 2 weeks. She asked me to marry her. Her family, her uncles were pallbearers at John Gotti's funeral. I mean, the woman is legit, and
Made you an offer you couldn't refuse.
Yeah, she loves to collect. She's a collector. She's got a better collection than I do.
Nice.
She loves movies. She's way better looking than I am.
Does she
but
have
yeah,
a
she
sister by
loves
chance?
movies. Yeah, she
Wow.
does actually. Who's single. But yeah,
GG
so
Smart
she
Stuff
loves
kicks
to-
me out. I just need to have a
Yeah,
backup
no, we
option.
just got to get everybody together, and we can have like a bachelorette for Tully. That would be awesome. But she loves movies, so we're gonna do a movie night on both of these. I have not seen this trailer yet. The last week I've been completely out of the loop. I did see the Spider-Man trailer yesterday, but I haven't seen the Dune trailer yet. But I will say that Paul Atreides figure that InArt did, I'm so close to buying it, even though I haven't seen the movies, just because everybody talks about that figure like this thing is going to be a grail. Everybody says they've made too many of them, but I don't think they've made it. I don't think they made a lot of them. I just think they haven't really sold that well. But everybody says it's one of the best InArt figures they've ever made. It's actually still in stock at InArt. You can buy it direct, and they'll ship directly to you, so you don't have to go through like Kit or anybody like that. But I'm this close to getting that figure. If you can tell, I'm an InArt shill, so I think I'm going to pick it up, and I'm excited for all three of the movies because I did think the book was good. Yeah, and look, see, that's what I'm talking about. Gio's got it right there. Yeah, they say it's one of the best figures ever made, is what everybody says that has it. That it's on the quality level of Gandalf, is what everybody says.
It's an awesome figure.
Yeah. Shout out though to a couple people that had trouble with putting the head on. I was told that a couple individuals, I don't know, Marco, if you're one of those, that could not put the actual, Paul Atreides head sculpt on it.
It was a pain in the
was
ass.
very hard to put. It was weird. I felt like it was like a specific batch thing.
Yeah, it's the first time I've experienced this, but the head was too
so.
big to go in, so you had to do some work. But first time.
Yeah, if you don't have trouble assembling it, it's not an InArt figure. That's how you know you got a legit InArt figure, when you have trouble assembling the damn thing. That's gorgeous, Gio.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Shout out
ban
to
people
Brick
again?
Artemis. I
Brick.
know he was one of the people that had issues with it, and he's saying the figure. But as far as I know, he never even put the head on it.
Oh damn!
Wow, but
Calling people out.
we're gonna start the battle early then.
Yeah, I know. It's not between Adam and I. Yeah.
Brick. That's funny.
Ooh. Well, Brick is here because we're about to jump into the category, the theme selection for Brick and the movie canon. So we're going to get into that in just one moment. Now, StreamYard is doing that weird thing again where everything is acting really slow and lagging again. And I don't know why. So, Marco, entertain our guest for a second. I'm going to go ahead and come back out, and hopefully that fixes it. Give me 1 second, right? I'll be right back.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Dune a little bit more. Why don't we? But no. So has anyone picked up anything recently? Have anything on the way? I know it's kind of a slower period, everyone's saying, but I'm still catching up on things. So I welcome a slower period from Hot Toys, as long as it's not like a canary in the coal mine and there's larger issues, which I don't think there are. But anyone pick up anything recently? I'm seeing Geo. Oh, look at this. Look at this grail right here.
So that's the Clooney Batman from Batman and Robin.
Oh yeah,
how do you like it?
It's awesome. It's exactly what I needed for my collection. You know, I need to get the Batman iterations, film iterations, and I never thought they were going to make the Clooney Batman. So I'm excited that they made him. So it's good.
Incredible, man. Awesome.
Yeah,
I
that's
know we're
nice.
getting that Arnold Freeze later this year, hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm kind of shocked that they haven't tried to do a Poison Ivy yet. I feel like that'd be just such a good companion piece. Oh, Adam.
That'd be cool.
I'm waiting on this one too.
Oh my god.
Hi, guys.
Is it as good as everybody says it is?
Yeah, better. It is an incredible figure. You know, it's Chuck. You're probably my generation of Gen Xer, and so you probably remember. I don't know if you ever had it when you were a kid, but I always wanted to get that alien figure that was like very controversial and hard to find. So you know, I always wanted a really good xenomorph, and this is just so freaking cool.
I saw one.
You know, poses are so awesome you can do with it.
I saw one the other day for $470, and I'm tempted. I want it so bad. I missed it. I slept on this. I've got Big Chap on pre-order, but that Scorch just I want it.
I think this is going to be. I know it's way early, but I think this is figure of the year.
Hopefully they make more.
Yeah.
Do like variants, like
this is
different colors.
This is like really like I have a lot of figures that Paula Treaties that I show you guys. This figure's amazing. Like I was like, holy shit, I can't believe I have this. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
such a good feeling. That's such a good feeling when you get a figure that's like that.
Yeah. Now I wish I had another one, but yeah.
It's
And
just
you know,
going for stupid prices already.
the Big Chap is definitely that's more the first Alien film, but this I thought Romulus was pretty decent. But I'm a huge fan of Aliens, the second film, and I think you could get this figure and just in your head canon, an alien from Aliens, and you're good.
Exactly.
Yep.
I picked up.
I have that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I stepped on you. I apologize.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just picked up the T800 Battle Damage and the T800 Clean, and got them up in the case. Those are my two most recent.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say got the Xenomorph in last week. I think I have yet to unbox that, and I just got Jinx in the other day also. So that one's waiting for unboxing also. Yeah, looking forward to opening that up as well.
Oh, did you order the other one? Is it Vi? Is that
Vi?
it?
Oh yeah,
Vi.
yeah. She was the first one I ordered, and I was kind of debating on Jinx, so I held out a little bit. But then after sleeping on it for a while, I decided to pull the trigger. Yeah, so looking forward to unboxing that one, and then getting Vi, of course.
Heck yeah, man. And
anybody who has a Scorch Xenomorph they don't want, you can hit me up at Nerdist Maximus on Instagram. Yeah, I need that in my life.
I was going to say Pop Culture, but I don't even think they've got it in stock too, which is interesting.
The only I saw Kid has a limited pre-order going up for like $600.
Oof.
And they're going from anywhere from 600 to 800 on eBay right now.
Wow.
Wild stuff.
Yeah.
It was 305 initially, right? Around there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still cheaper than factory entertainment, but yeah.
This is true.
Ain't that the truth?
What do we got going on here,
There's it.
Jose?
All right. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, looking sexy, sounding
all
sexy.
All right, cool.
That's right.
Okay. Oh, beautiful.
That's what-
I love that.
that's
I
what
love
it
that.
was.
All right, cool.
That's what he was.
All
That's
right,
what he was
so,
pitching for. Right?
Before I really,
Wow. You made him
Hell yeah,
shy.
hell
Hold
yeah.
on. He's blushing.
well, speaking of sexy, check out this poster. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like there's like a delay. Might be on your end.
We can hear you.
We got to upgrade
Yeah,
his
I
internet.
think we're on a delay again. Oh gosh, why is it being so stupid, man?
You know,
Oh, my
Jose,
goodness.
I would say like
Oh, my
minimize your
goodness.
tabs if you can, and any other programs running in the background. Control Delete is always a good one.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna exit out. But if you guys could go ahead and Gio, you're going to
Once you go through this pitch really quickly, and then
Brick
you can
Artemis.
exit out.
Yeah. So all I'm going to say is again, Brick Artemis versus Giovanni next month. Gio, how are you feeling about this? The theme selection is next. How are you feeling? Talk about it for a moment, and I'll come right back.
I can't say that I'm ready because I don't know what the topics are going to be yet. I'm having somewhat of ideas as to what I could potentially do depending on what people vote for as far as the categories, the topics, and stuff like that. Most of them seem that'll be interesting to do, or at least fun. There's one that's going to be a bit complicated, a little bit difficult, but a bit of a challenge if people do select one of the ones in there. So I'm kind of hoping they pick that just because it's going to be a bit of a challenge. I think probably for both of us, at least for me, maybe Break, maybe he won't have an issue and he'll just take things to a certain level and then he'll win. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, so I'm excited to see what you guys are going to choose. What were you going to pick? Because you guys picked sports for today. So that's something already kind of different than what we normally deal with, like with pitching and fantasy figures, like on my channel and stuff like that. But yeah, it should be interesting. We'll see what you guys pick.
Oh yeah. And yeah, so I guess once Jose's back, we're going to put up a poll, right, and kind of make that selection that way. I think that's the run of the show. I should pay attention more often, though.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not adding a lot of value here. But
yeah, I think he's gonna. Oh, the poll's already in there. Yeah, because I think there's 4 categories. There's four topics. I don't see it yet. Let me see if
It
I
might be in
just
the
refresh.
other. It might be in Jose's channel.
I see it on YouTube. I see it on
Maybe that's what it is. Okay, let me go on. I thought it was.
Yeah,
on
I did
Jose.
see it. Yeah.
So hop on over to Jose's channel and go vote over there.
Oh wow, those are some great categories.
Like one of them is definitely something that I would love to do. I don't think it would be a challenge, but it's something that I would like to do. Yeah, so they're right there. Theme for movie canon versus Brick, 90s television, Scream films, Christmas films, Meryl Streep movies.
And cereal box characters also. That's in there as well. So
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Nice. Okay. Nice categories.
Hello.
Okay, we can hear
Okay.
you, Jose.
Can you see me? Can you
Yep,
see me?
we can.
Are we good?
Can you hear us?
Okay.
He's
yes, I hear
bringing
you guys.
sexy
Okay.
back.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, hopefully I can get this going. Marco, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my slides with you, which I should have done, but I didn't. Just in case it continues being an issue, you can just leave the show, okay?
Sounds
good. Here is the categories. I already put it in the chat. Hopefully you guys can see this visual in just one moment.
There you go. It's loading. It's loading now.
God, those categories, man, that's
perfect.
Boom. All right.
Okay, so these are the categories potentially for movie canon versus Brick Artemis. Poll is already live. I put it on for you guys already. It is live. I would like for everyone on the panel to go ahead and go to my link. So if you're watching it on Marco's channel, before you head out, go ahead and hit the like button. That will help us out. Let more people know about this show. And then as you go ahead and head over to my channel. You can go ahead and vote in this poll. Again, the 4 categories are 90s television shows, the Scream franchise, Meryl Streep films, and Christmas films. So those are our categories. We're going to leave those categories open and the poll open while the King Shark presentations are going on. After the presentations are done, we'll go ahead and reveal the results.
Meryl Streep films is diabolical. That's wild.
Yeah. Oh man,
I know Brick was very excited about that category. So
oh my god, that's great.
It's funny.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, before I start having more technical issues, I think we can move forward. Again, you guys are part of the King Shark Tank tournament. Now, Feezy and Adam, we were talking about earlier about who should go first. It looks like we agreed, Feezy, you're up for it. You're ready?
Yep, I'm ready. I just started sharing my screen, so I think you should see that there. But yep.
Okay.
Zelverby.
Gio, could you help me out just in case I have issues being the timekeeper? So go ahead and put the 5-minute timer for us.
Hold on.
Vita.
Oh, 5 minutes.
Vita wants Marco to guess what category she voted for. Ooh, Meryl Streep.
Gotta be. It's gotta be.
Hey, I have not voted, so guys, go ahead and vote.
Yeah, go vote, Jose.
If anyone feels like sharing, if anybody's, I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in terms of who you guys ended up voting, or for what category you guys ended up voting for.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I did Meryl Streep movies. I want to see what they come up with and how they pitch them. It's gonna be challenging, right? So it should be a fun one if that does win. But yeah, I went Meryl Streep.
Oh gosh, Brick is probably gonna get so pissed.
I think that's the leader as well, because that's what I voted
easy
for as well. So
Brick says she's
oh
so
god,
boring. Yeah.
Sorry, Brick. And Gio, yeah.
Brick, it should be on my channel. So the poll is now live and it's on my channel. So if you're watching it on Marco's, I sent you the link to mine. I texted to you. So unless I sent you Marco's, but it's on my channel. So go ahead and check it out there. Brick is saying she is overrated.
Wow.
Although, now that,
oh gosh,
yeah,
it looks like
think about it.
People are loving this one.
Although now that I think about it, I think it might backfire because when they present the pitches, how exciting can they make a Meryl Streep figure? I guess that's part of the challenge too, right? Like, well, she comes with
god, this is
so a clarification on that, Jose. So when you say Meryl Streep movies, it doesn't have to be a Meryl Streep character. So it could be any movie, any character that is in a Meryl Streep movie, right?
Oh, okay. Oh,
that's correct.
That should be even better then. I have
that
an
makes
idea.
it interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
if I were to do it,
that's always the case for the actor categories. Yeah, so for the actor category, like last time it was Samuel L. Jackson, so it could have been a Samuel L. Jackson film, but it didn't have to be a Samuel L. Jackson character. Same thing here.
So there's a lot because Meryl Streep is a lot of genres, a lot of movies that you could pick characters from. Yeah,
I can think of one right now that I want to figure of. So
yeah,
same here. Tell us.
Same.
Tell us.
You just want to say?
Well, it's a movie I just saw last night.
What?
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, okay.
I know what you're talking
All
about.
right.
I will add too, me being a horror fan, you guys know me. I think, the first image or first thing that popped in a potential figure for Meryl Streep. I'm sure you guys can guess what it is.
No, I can't. Meryl
Death
Streep.
Becomes Her?
horror.
Death
Yeah.
Becomes Her?
Death
Becomes Her?
Yes,
Death Becomes
Impact.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bruce Willis and
Oh my goodness.
Goldie Hawn.
Yep.
Goldie Hawn.
Goldie
right?
Hawn, yep. Meryl Streep. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
That's Beam, yep.
Yeah.
I was
you
gonna
can do a
I was gonna
two-pack.
say Kate Hudson, but I was like, no, it's the mom.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So before we get into it, as of right now, it's been 25 votes, and right now, Gio, it's looking like Meryl Streep might take it at 44%. So Brick is probably shitting bricks right now.
Well played. Was it well played?
Oh god. Sorry, Brick. I
looking
did
at-
not do it on purpose. I thought it would be so like Samuel Jackson got 5% last episode, so I did not think that would happen. But hey, you never know what
her
the audience
filmography
wants,
too.
so.
There's some. This is going to be tough. Manchurian Candidate. Okay, apparently she's in that. All right, there you go. You could do Denzel from that.
Yeah, Lemony Snicket.
AI.
Oh, she was in. Oh yeah.
Oh, see, there you go. You could get
Yeah,
creative.
Worst
with it.
Prada.
You can get creative with it.
Project Hail Mary.
What's her name? Margaret Thatcher. If you wanted to her. I don't know.
Margaret Thatcher. Oh my-
Little Women. I mean, those figures are gonna be freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Little Women. Julie and Julia's a banger. You could totally.
Little Women.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
A
gonna
lot
be
of great options.
Julia.
Limitless.
But it's gonna be a bit of a Sophie's choice in these picks, probably. Right?
Oh boy, nice.
Bum,
nice.
bum, bum, bum.
That should be fun. Yeah, there's a lot of potential there. There's a lot of potential there.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So we'll go ahead and share the results in just one moment. But let's go ahead and move this show forward, guys. Feezy, are you ready? You said you started sharing your screen. Gio,
Yep,
you ready with the
it should be
timer?
Black screen.
You let me know when.
All right. So
when I'll hit the button.
I will let you know after this short interruption. Before we get going, and now.
Okay, started.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. It is time. Feezy, Adam, competition time. There's only going to be one winner tonight. Well, today morning. But I'm excited to see both presentations. Feezy, you are up first. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready. And just an FYI, I am going to be playing some background music here during mine. So, yeah, if you hear something different from what they're playing in the background, just a little FYI.
Okay,
let me know if it gets
we'll
distracting.
pause
I'll
ours.
try to adjust it.
Yeah, we'll turn ours down. Sounds good, bud.
Okay. I already started FYI, so just let me know. So yeah, okay.
All right, Gio.
Let me know when
whenever
it's
you're
about
ready.
the time.
Hit that timer.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the button now.
Wait, are you sharing my screen? I don't think you are. I have a blank.
Okay. I got to stop sharing my stuff.
Okay, I think that's it. Yep. All right, here we go. The grid, a digital frontier, a place where clusters of information move like ships, planes, and motorcycles, where disc battles are fought in spectacular arenas, and cycles race on ribbons of light, pitting programs against programs. However, one program in particular stands out among the others. Howard Hot Toys crew, I give you Rensler from Tron Legacy. So this figure I'm estimating to be about $280 USD, standing at a height of 11.2 inches ish, so it's about 28.5 centimeters. He's about 5'7" from what I've been reading, so that kind of goes along with what his actual height is. 30 points of articulation, so he's going to be well articulated. Rensler, as you guys know, is going to be, he gets in some dynamic poses, and so you want to be sure that the figure can be true to that. So the articulation will be there. The suit, so the suit will include an elastic fabric undersuit similar to Miles from Across the Spider-Verse, with Velcro plates on top, kind of like your Stormtrooper clone troopers. So again, to allow for that articulation, the maximum range possible. He will have LEDs throughout the body, powered by USB. I know folks will love to hear that. I mean, it's Rensler, it's a Tron figure. You got to make sure that you power him up accordingly. Also think of adding a switch toggle between his orange color and bluish color that you see at the end of the film when he transforms back. So to give collectors that option. Let's see, 2 identity discs. Of course, Rensler is unique in that sense, in that he came with 2 identity discs when he competes in the disc wars and the disc battle. So he's got to have those. Those will also be LEDs. Thinking that is still up in the air if it's going to be battery powered or USB, just because then if it's USB, you'll have wires connecting to those. So at the moment, thinking batteries. His light cycle baton, of course, you know, he competes also in light cycles, so you got to have the baton there accordingly, or you can use it to say he's like he's bringing out that ship that he has. I forget what it's called, the glider. 8 hands, I should say, 4 pairs. So a pair of fists, a pair of disc grabbing hands, of course, a pair of relaxed hands, and a pair of open gesture hands. The base is kind of hard to see, but there on the top left in the middle here, that's going to be the mock-up of a display base. So of course, you got to represent the grid. That will also be powered by USB LED lights. Similar to the Black Widow and the Winter or Captain America base, somewhere like in that size. It will be magnetic, so of course you want to be able to have him add that more stability in his poses. So the whole base will be magnetic, so you can put him in multiple poses there. But yes, of course, I mentioned disc battles. I mentioned the baton. Not only does Rensler compete in the disc wars, he also competes in light cycle battles. And what good is a competitor without a light cycle? So if you recall Hot Toys, Howard, you and your team did a Sam and Light Cycle set a while ago. This is MMS 142. This is just for reference. This was released in 2012. This wasn't actually a figure, though. It was it had limited articulation. So I wouldn't say it's a full action figure. It was more meant for the light cycle posing. This had LED light up and working motor. So the idea is to go off of this and build upon that. And then bam, we'll have Rensler's light cycle here. Improving on the previous one in that it'll be USB powered instead of battery powered, like Sam Flynn's bike was battery powered. Acquired a motor because the motor did work and it rotated, but it was just really loud. So we're going to try to work on making that quieter, more efficient overall power usage. This is a mock-up prototype, so it may not be as accurate, but you guys get the idea. Rensler light cycle will be So Rensler's light cycle only will be 415 USD. The set together will be about 656 USD. For reference, if you remember back to Flash, the Batman from the Flash and the light cycle, his cycle, the figure was 295 USD. The Bat cycle was 415 USD. Together, they're about 670 USD together. So you get a savings if you get the set. And again, for reference, Sam and Light Cycle in today's dollars would be about 425 USD. But again, that Sam figure wasn't an action figure; it was kind of more like a power pose. You get a full figure here with this if you get this in the set. Building upon this line, if they wanted to, you can create other figures. I don't believe Hot Toys has made a clue yet. You can create generic players. Expanding on that, you can expand this to the show, video games, and other potential custom figures.
Time 5 minutes is in, just so you know.
All right. So I know this is a reach, but if you consider gladiator games, jousting, pod racing, Quidditch, kart racing, and the Hunger Games sports, then vote for this figure because I know a lot of us, including myself, want to get this made. Thank you for your time.
Let's go. Nice pitch, Feezy.
All right, cool. I had to go in and out, but Feezy, I was watching you on my phone, so I wanted to give you the full attention. So it's still being that weird thing where it starts freezing and I can't see what's going on. But great presentation, man. I was watching the whole time.
Thank you.
I thought the Rizzler looked different though. I thought he was like a little short, chubby guy, but
the Rizzler, different figure, Mark. That's a different figure. That's potential in the future. Yeah, that could be. Maybe someone else might pitch that. Yeah, this is Rinsler. Yeah.
Oh, Rinsler. Got it.
Yeah.
Should we check in with the chat really quickly, Jose? Let's see.
Yeah.
So
please,
let's see.
Please do so.
So when Feezy started off, I was saying it kind of reminded me of Prestige Worldwide. It was the vibes he was giving off, but I love love the music and everything. As Beam saying using Michael Buffer for anything is iffy. Okay, so let's see. Viking Collectibles. Oh, awesome. Great pick, Feezy. So some love there. We got Figurecraft saying, oh, Rinsler. Nice, Feezy. Good morning. Hey, what's going on, guys?
Really?
Yeah, so we got, and then Figurecraft saying it was a bit underscaled, so make it bigger. Got it. So some notes on the pitch.
On the light cycle, I'm guessing? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, let us know, Figurecraft, if you meant the cycle or the figure itself. But Jose, I'll kick it back to you.
And I still have my music playing. Let me know if you want to stop and switch back to your music.
Yeah, we can hear you now, Jose. He's in a different time zone than us, but we'll work through it.
I think I'm still on a delay, which is crazy.
All good, bud. We'll sort it out. But Feezy, good music, good vibes.
Okay.
We'll let Jose switch it up.
Okay.
Can I have Marco? I emailed you Adam's pitch. I because of the technical difficulties, I don't want to be the one who pulls it up. Adam, can you? You sent it to me, right?
I did, yes, sir.
You sent it to me. Yeah. Okay. I just sent it to Marco because I want Marco to pull it up because of my technical issues with my delay. I don't want him to have it to be issues.
I got it. No worries, man. We'll work through this right now. So, Adam, I got this up over here. Let's see if I can do full screen. But yeah, I got you on deck. So, Jose, you direct us. What do you want me to do next? Pull this up so Adam can get going.
Yeah. So yes, absolutely. Go ahead and start pulling it up. Gio, as soon as you see it, you give him the 5 minutes, and Adam, you can start talking.
Oh, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Okay, let me just do this full screen.
Oh, you're getting a little preview over there for Marco.
There you go. I got. Okay, shit. All right, let's see if this is gonna work here. So we're gonna go, boom, share screen. If you see anything suspicious, let's see, view. Slideshow. Is that showing up for everyone?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So you just let me know, Adam, when you want me to advance the slide, and happy to do so.
Great.
Okay.
I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Okay, I'll start the time. I'll start the clock now.
Well, thank you, judges, and everyone in chat. As Hot Toys looks to expand beyond the success of the big three IPs of Star Wars, Marvel, and DC, I offer for your consideration the creation of a new Hot Toys line of officially licensed Major League Baseball 1/6 figures. Next slide, please. The Hot Toys Baseball Legends. For our initial figure, I bring you Major League Baseball Hall of Famer and Boston Red Sox legend David Ortiz, affectionately known as Big Papi. Ortiz was the designated hitter for the Red Sox, who helped lead the team to end its 86-year-long World Series championship drought and reverse the curse of the Bambino in 2004. Big Papi later went on to help deliver World Series championships in 2007 and 2013, and he was named the World Series MVP in 2013. Upon his retirement, Ortiz ranked 6th in American League history with 541 home runs, 5th in doubles, and 9th in RBIs. He's regarded as one of the greatest clutch hitters of all time. And Big Papi had 11 career walk-off home runs during the regular season and 2 during the 2004 postseason. Ortiz was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility in Cooperstown. So next slide, please. The Big Papi figure is the first in this new Baseball Legends line. This figure includes an alternate head sculpt, real leather baseball glove, no pleather, real leather, just like the real baseball gloves, and a bat with a magnetic ball attachment. So you can have the bat with an effect of him swinging it off the bat. Next slide, please. It will cost $275 if you get it from Sideshow. And the figure also includes a baseball diamond shaped magnetic base using the same strong magnets we've pioneered with the new Captain America and Artisan Black Widow, along with a plastic stadium background. You can see the background there. So if you want to have that, that's an optional. You put that in your DTOF for your module case or your shelf. You can have that as a background to simulate like the crowd effect. The initial, next slide, please. The initial Baseball Legends line we are looking at is 9 figures, so you can make your own fantasy team. The Hall of Fame division with Derek Jeter from the New York Yankees, Jackie Robinson from the Dodgers, Babe Ruth from the Yankees, and Pedro Martinez from the Red Sox. Next slide. And these are just some mock-ups of Pedro, Jeter, and Alex DeGrom. And then there's the All-Star division. So again, there's the Hall of Fame and the All-Star division, which will feature current players, including Shohei Ohtani from the Dodgers. Next slide. Aaron Judge from the Yankees, Jacob DeGrom from the Texas Rangers, and Mookie Betts from the Dodgers. Next slide. Friends, we can't depend on just the big 3 anymore. As we look to expand into sports, let's look to build a line that can grow for years based on a sport that has a global reach, particularly in markets that are huge for hot toys. The United States, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Latin America, all huge baseball markets. We just saw last week that the viewership ratings for the World Baseball Classic were the highest it's ever been. Baseball fans are an untapped market of collectors. Just like the collectors buy those Star Wars and Marvel and Batman hot toys to remind them of the nostalgia from childhood and happy moments in their lives, so will baseball fans flock to buy a David Ortiz or a Derek Jeter figure to remind them of those cherished memories of going to the ballpark or seeing a game with a loved one. Dare I say, this is a grand slam for hot toys. Next slide. That's it. Next slide. That was an error there. For some reason, the video didn't show up. That's weird. Okay. To paraphrase James Earl Jones' character in Field of Dreams, when they buy David Ortiz and the Baseball Legends figures and put them on their shelves, it'll be like they'll walk out to the bleachers and sit in the shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They'll find they have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines where they sat when they were children and cheered their heroes.
Time is in.
Let's play ball. Thank you.
All right. Perfect. Yeah, right on it. Right on it.
For some reason, the version I sent you didn't save. I had a video clip, but that's all right.
You know, apologies because I had to open it in Google's like slide format since I don't have PowerPoint downloaded on this computer. So maybe there was a disconnect there.
Yeah, that's all right. So, no worries.
But awesome presentation. Love this concept.
Awesome. Well, round of applause for our competitors, Jay Feezy and OneAdamTwelve, guys.
Great job.
Wow. All right. I think this is going to be a tough choice for some people. Feezy, you went a little out of the ordinary, but you got a lot of fans. I started seeing in the chat. The chat was really behind your choice. So I'm interested to see how they're going to do in the chat. Before we get there, we need to know the results. Gio, are you excited? I think we're going to finally close the poll. I think the answer's already been chosen in terms of who you guys are going to do the theme on. But let's go ahead and confirm it now. Let's see.
That's my makeshift drum roll.
That's going to be hilarious.
Here we go.
I think Brick even left. He was like, I don't want to do this. He was like, I'm out of here.
So if there's some technical difficulties on Brick's side the day of the pitch,
all of a sudden, yeah.
So would I be the default winner then?
You'd be the automatic winner.
Fair, right?
Brick is so pissed right
Absolutely.
now.
All right, guys. I don't know if you can see here, but I left. As you can see here, our poll is currently reading and will be closed with Meryl Streep winning with 46%.
The people have spoken. Wow.
Yep.
Not even close.
Street fans have united.
All
Don't be
right.
challenge.
Cool.
But it'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be a challenge. Yeah. You just got to think outside the box.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Brick, he did share with me. I know he was a little like skeptical of that category, but he did share with me. He's like, if you do it in that way where I can be a film that it doesn't have to be that specific character played by her, but it could be another character, I have a couple ideas. So I don't think he's lost yet. So don't get too cocky there, Gio.
I'm not saying I have it in the bag. I'm just saying I like the idea of it being a challenge, you know, something different, kind of like with the sports one that you guys just did, you know, something outside of what we normally see. So that was
I
my
think people were kind of trolling here. They saw that, and then what I said about Brick, and people were like, "Oh, I'm definitely voting for that one now."
Right? Yeah.
But all right, guys. Well, you guys know officially that will be in April. So once we get that scheduled, get everyone scheduled up, that will be happening in April. The theme selection will be Meryl Streep films, and it will be the movie canon versus Brick Artemis. Brick Artemis, the original champion of this King Shark Tank, will return. Let's see if he can keep his title and his crown. All right, guys. It is time to discuss what happened here. Let's go back to our pitches. Jay Feezy versus OneAdamTwelve. Guys.
Yep.
First, initially, let's go to the Q&A section. So before we go ahead and share our votes, it's the Q&A and rebuttal section. Q&A rebuttal section. And now it is time for you guys to take questions from our special guest judges, from the chat, and then from your competitor. If your competitor has a question about your specific pitch, something they were confused about, definitely bring it up. I want to go ahead and first see if we have anything in the chat. Let's see. S-Beam says, he was just saying, I was thinking it had to be Meryl Streep, not her movies in general. Yeah, it's kind of a loophole, I guess. I let them get away with that. But it still creates an opportunity. And so they still have to think outside of the box. So I still like it. And I say hello. I don't know if we already said hello to the Everyday Collector, but hello again. Good to see you.
Hello.
All right. Well, it looks like we got no questions yet. Guys, in the chat, go ahead and if you have a question for our competitors, go ahead and type it in the chat now. But I'm going to go ahead and ask my special guest judges what they thought. First, just let us know your initial thoughts and if you have a question for any of these competitors. Chuck, what are we thinking?
My mind, look, I'm all over the place right now. Like I'm conflicted. I really like Feezy's choice of going outside the box, because I'm assuming the category was sports, is what I'm assuming. And to make the decision to go with Tron, that's a cool twist that I think that deserves a lot of credit for the creativity aspect of it. The biggest question that I had popping up was the disc placement that when the discs are on the back, are you doing that magnetically? Is that how you're going to do that? And if so, are you going to do them with strong enough magnets that they're going to hold up the test of time, not, the typical little Hot Toys magnets that separate, like on Iron Man masks and stuff like that. And the other question that I had for you is one of the biggest things that has been a limitation with Spider-Man figures for me is the quality of the suit on the when you're posing it, getting permanent wrinkles. Do you have some sort of a plan with the suit to try to avoid, the pinch grabbers on the waist and the long-term deformity of the suit that occurs with some of the figures that we put into really dynamic poses like that? Because him on the bike turning with the disc on the ground, cutting into the ground, that would be such a great effect. But I would not want to ruin that suit.
Yep. Yeah, good questions, and yeah, good reminders that I realized I didn't point out. So good catch on that. So first question on the disc. Yeah, so the disc will be magnetically attachable. I haven't, but personally, and I haven't really read too many issues with the magnets myself. So you guys let me know if I'm wrong, and this can always be corrected. But yeah, it will be magnetically attachable to the back, similar to like how backpacks are for clone troopers, right? They kind of just go on there, and the disc, I would imagine it won't be too heavy, so they shouldn't have any issues. But we will ensure that the magnet is strong enough to at least stay on there, and kind of go from there. But like I said, that we'll also have to consider the LED aspect of it, whether like the batteries will kind of interfere with that, or whether we go USB on those discs, or maybe we can do 2 sets of those. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, the plan is to have a magnet so it can attach to his back, or maybe actually that might. Now that I think about it, I think that's the answer there, right? Kind of similar how Jedi and Sith have 2 separate lightsabers, one USB powered and one just the hilt by itself. So we can do 2 sets of discs. One set that's magnetically attachable for display, then one set that is LED powered. So that can solve that problem. So there's that. Your second question. So like I mentioned in my presentation, the undersuit will be more of like an elastic fabric, similar to how Miles was from Into the Spider-Verse, because I know a lot of people. I have that figure. That poses really well. I haven't heard any issues with that. And Across the Spider-Verse, there were some issues with the seam, I believe, where like the crotchal region is there when you articulate the legs too far out. So definitely want to make sure we're mindful of the stitching, and of course that just goes to QA in the factory. So hopefully that is addressed. But overall we want to make sure, again, it's Rinsler, so the articulation needs to be there with no limitation in range. However, having said that, the LEDs throughout the body, we're thinking of just one single USB power like Mark 42. So maybe hopefully the wiring doesn't become too much of an issue within the body. So that might be one of the trade-offs we have to look, but I want to ensure that we get the most articulation we can while still implementing the LEDs throughout the body.
Okay, great. Thank you for answering that so articulated, Feezy. I really appreciate that. All right, any questions from the chat? Nothing yet.
I do have a question for both, though. So I'll start with Feezy. So Feezy, my first question is: there's obviously multiple Tron films, multiple characters throughout. How'd you settle on not the Rizzler, in terms of the character that you chose for from the Tron universe?
So yeah, again, I wanted thinking outside the box, like Chuck mentioned. That's exactly what I was trying to do, and so I wanted to keep it within the realm of sports. So Rinsler, like I mentioned in my presentation, he's the one that actually competes in the Disc Wars and the light cycle. Well, I don't want to say light cycle battles in the movie. I mean, he ended up on a light cycle, but more of the Disc Wars. He was in there. He went against a couple of people, right? They go on in the next round. Sam, I didn't really consider a competitor because he was just dropped in there. He just, obviously, you guys seen the movie, he just happened to be in there. They put him in there, so I wouldn't really call him a competitor. And plus, they kind of already did a somewhat of a figure. But that will, who's to say that may not be a potential figure in the future? So that's up in there as well if they get the line going. Rinsler, I think, was again more of the competitor competing in these events, and so I wanted to put him in there as well. And then Clue, obviously, like I mentioned, Clue could be a potential in the future as well because he was the one competing in the light cycle battles with Sam and the others in the movie. So yeah, I wanted to keep it more like Rinsler was the one competing in there, so I went with him first.
Great response. Thank you, Feezy. And Adam, love the concept as well. Curious, were there any other accessories or any additional add-ons that you kind of thought about but you maybe didn't include in the pitch? I'm thinking like baseball cards or anything along those lines that would further incentivize, sports collectors.
Yeah, this would be something that I could see because Hot Toys likes to partner up with different different other entities, partnering up with either producing their own card or perhaps partnering up with, Topps or one of the other card companies and having that maybe as like an exclusive card. You could, maybe charge $350 or $375, whatever, $3.25 to get those exclusives like they do now with coins and whatnot. The other thing too is, you could connect the bases. I didn't mention that in there. That might be something to have, a display option for the figures. And the other thing too is if you're a pitcher, the base would kind of be a little bit more of a mound, type shape. Again, magnetic.
Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. Very well articulated, Adam. I'm very impressed the way you guys are both demonstrating the knowledge that you guys and the thought you guys put into this, and, in terms of even the smallest details. I love it. Gio, you have a question for my competitors?
Actually, I didn't really have that many questions. The only thing that I might have missed at the beginning for Feezy, who are you pitching to for your
Hot Toys?
It was
Howard. Howard Chairman, the Hot Toys team.
Oh, okay, well, it was Hot Toys. Okay.
Yeah.
That was it. I mean, some of you guys before me, you guys answered some of the questions that I would have had. So great presentations. So now it's just a matter of like picking which one I think should be the winner. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Chuck, you're muted if you're speaking, but while you're doing that real quick, I just realized I forgot to answer another part of your question. So going back to the base, I did mention it was going to be magnetic, but also I wanted to add that we'll include the crotch grabber. Again, kind of similar to, like I mentioned, I briefly touched on, it'll be similar to Captain America and Scarlet Widow, Black Widow bases, where I think it was Captain America's base, where you can insert the crotch grabber on the side and like not peg it on top. You can insert it on the side. So we would be doing something like that as well, where you can kind of put that on the side, and then you have that option to either do the magnetic base and or use the crotch grabber as well. So you have both options there.
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much for
hear
expanding on that, Feezy.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We hear you. Yes.
Okay. So, Adam, I got a question for you. There was something that kind of struck me, and this may be way out of possibilities, but there was something that struck me. I'm a Red Sox fan, so when you showed that, there was one shot of Big Papi at the plate, and you could see that there was some dirt around the plate. You could do a special edition. Would you be open to doing a special edition where you actually have some dirt from the ballpark that you could sprinkle on the base in the batter's box as a special edition?
Yeah.
From each park for each figure.
That'd be cool.
That would be amazing. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
I got goosebumps.
The beautiful thing, a lot of times you mentioned some of the, like a Spider-Man outfit. What do we know about baseball uniforms? Is they get dirty, they get ruffled because they're sliding in the bases. They're, so that's not something you need to worry about as much, with your baseball figures. But yeah, I think that's Chuck. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool opportunity. Yeah,
I love it. It's a really good idea. It kind of reminds me of like some people did like something similar for like Breaking Bad custom figures, where like they actually went to the locations and got like some of the sand, so it looked like an authentic diorama base. Which, yeah.
And let's remember, these are officially licensed MLB figures, so we would be partnering with Major League Baseball. So I could conceive of these being sold, maybe even these special editions sold at ballparks and at the baseball game in Cooperstown.
Oh my goodness!
Goodness!
I love that, Adam. Yeah. You're thinking like a true salesman, and I love that.
What's cool about
however
Adam's pitch is Factory Entertainment actually helped him create this mock-up. So.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you. Oh boy.
Feezy, I would say for you, with a Tron character, you could do the same thing. They sell Hot Toys at Disneyland. Just saying.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. No, good point. Yeah. Also, potential. I think I kind of briefly touched on this. I was kind of rushing towards the end, but potential if they wanted to do like a customize your own type of Tron character in that world type of line, to kind of do your own thing and design your own with like whatever color or look, that could be a potential too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. The poll is now live. So, my panelists, before you reveal who you voted for, I would like for you guys to go to my channel. So, if you're watching on Marco's channel, before you head over to my channel, which I put the link in the chat, go ahead and hit the like button. Let us know that you like this show. So, you get to show some love to Marco for putting on this show with us, and also show some love to everyone here. And go ahead and place a vote on my channel. Again, the link is officially on the chat right now. So link to my channel. Go ahead and place a vote, either Feezy or OneAdamTwelve.
Are we doing the rebuttals now?
Yeah, it is now time for the rebuttal section.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Feezy or Adam, whoever wants to go first.
All right. I got a couple of questions here. So, Mr. 12, or may I call you Adam? Is that okay? You can call you Adam. I think we're amongst
I think you can call me Adam. That's good.
Yeah.
His
Okay.
father was Mr. 12.
Yeah. So, yes, you went the traditional sports route, which obviously I didn't. But one of the reasons I didn't go that route is because the appeal, like it seems like the overlap between collectors and who are just in it for movies, TV shows, video games, and then collectors who are in it for the sports aspect. I know, granted, again, we don't have a lot of sports figures, hence why I'm presuming why you went with this. But how do you plan on getting over that hump of overcoming, or I should say overcoming that small demographic, right? It seems like there's going to be a small demographic of collectors who also like, specifically in this case, baseball. Did you consider how well these would sell? And if you did, if you considered them not selling well, how do you manage to kind of address that issue?
Oh, I think these are going to be a grand slam because for a couple reasons. I think there is a decent overlap of collectors who are also sports fans, and in particular baseball. You know, baseball is it's a multi-generational sport that obviously it's over 100 maybe 150 years, and it's a global sport. And where Hot Toys is huge, United States, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Latin America. So you're touching on areas where Hot Toys are huge markets for Hot Toys, and where where baseball is a major sport. I do think that there is based on what I'm seeing in the collector world, there are a decent amount of baseball fans, and the thing about baseball is much like we have an emotional, nostalgic feeling when we get a Star Wars figure or a Marvel figure. Pick your IP. I think in many ways baseball is very similar in that there's the feeling of whether you played catch with your dad. Of course the line from Field of Dreams, but you played Little League when you were a kid. You watched a game, maybe a World Series game with your dad or your grandfather. And as a Red Sox fan, I could tell you, my grandfather, he lived in the Boston area, and he was a traveling salesman. He sold like supplies for bars to make mixed drinks. And he was born December 25th, born on Christmas, 1918. About 2 months after the Red Sox last won the World Series. Sadly, a lifelong Red Sox fan. He kind of knew Ted Williams. He'd see him in different events. Yastrzemski, all these guys. He died April 2004. So he lived 86 years and never once saw the Red Sox win the World Series. So the emotional reaction when the Red Sox finally reversed the curse of the Bambino was incredible. And I know Yankees fans, there are so many fans in the collector world of baseball that I think, whether it's particularly, I started with the big and the kind of the big teams, Yankees, Red Sox, Dodgers. I think those three have kind of global appeal. They're known brands. And I think there's a lot of collectors who would like to have a little either a all-star from current or a Hall of Famer like a Babe Ruth or Pedro Martinez or another player on their shelf. I think there's a huge amount of sports fans.
Yeah, the only concern on that is again, I don't doubt there's sports, and yourself included, for baseball, but there are collectors who don't watch sports in general, or like loosely follow it, or they're not specifically baseball fans, myself included. So I'm not a baseball fan. The only sport I do watch though is football, NFL. So that kind of segues into my next question. I would have went with that, but I didn't think that would be a good choice because that seems more of like an American sport. Well, the NFL specifically, I know there's like different iterations like Arena and XFL and things like that. But so that has even a smaller market. And you're right, baseball is more popular outside of the U.S. Than football, than the NFL. But licensing, I noticed your pricing was $275, I think it was. Another reason I didn't go with the NFL is because I presume the prices for those would be high, because you got to consider the players want their cut, the organization wants their cut. So do you think you can stick with $275 for your figure, keeping those aspects in mind, how everybody wants a piece of that, a cut of that figure, of those figure royalties in there? Do you think that's realistic?
Oh, absolutely. If you look at Bespin Han Solo, one of the biggest licenses in around Star Wars was $285, so just $10 more. And this is the launch of a new brand. And let's remember, Hot Toys they understand that they just can't keep offering Star Wars, Marvel, and DC. They're going to continue to offer that, but they're expanding into other K-pop demon hunters. I mean, that clearly is not the traditional guy collector. There are some, and I'm getting one of the figures for my daughter. That's for my daughter, not for myself. I think they need to. They're going to want to expand into new markets, and I think that baseball figures not only connects to existing collectors who may be baseball fans on a global level, but it also gives them new venues to sell figures, say through baseball stadiums or through Major League Baseball or at Cooperstown. And that's kind of what I was thinking initially of Tom Brady, but my thought was, well, NFL it's really a North American sport, and baseball has a global reach, and that's what Hot Toys has.
Absolutely.
That's all I
Absolutely. Well,
No
very
questions
well spoken. Well spoken. Adam, do you have a rebuttal for Feezy before we move forward?
No, I mean, I think nice presentation. I think that I've only saw the first Tron. I haven't seen the sequels, so I really can't speak to this figure. I do think it's more of a niche, a niche line. I don't think it was as I, and Mr. Fact Checker Jose will correct me wrong. I don't think that was the sequels, at least, whereas box office big hits as, maybe say some other stuff. But I would think there are some, there's definitely people like that Tron.
Yeah.
So no argument there.
Yeah, so I want to go to S-Beam's comment here. Shout out to S-Beam. He says, as much as I don't see baseball as a sport, many do. Adam hit the sports figure more here. It's Rensler, right? Rensler. I keep now. I want to say Rizzler.
I know, damn it,
Me too.
Riz.
McDonald's character, the Rizzler.
Would be a great figure though for me. It doesn't hit the sports figure mark as good as the pitch was. Okay, I appreciate the honesty there, S-Beam, and shout out to S-Beam for being very honest always. Okay, I think if there's no further rebuttals, we'll go into the voting. I want to go jump in. Gio, I know you got to run out to do something real quick. So Gio, have you voted in the chat? And are you ready to share with us who you voted for?
I haven't voted yet. Yeah, I'm gonna step out after this just for a few minutes. I'll be back. But first, I'll give my quick thoughts and then what I'm gonna vote for here. As much as that Rizzler character was or Rinsler character was good, along with the vehicle and all. It would be a very good looking figure just on the on the shelf in your collection. I'm just gonna go based on my experience with the Tron films and just overall with the movie box office history and things like that. I'm not sure if that initial Tron figure, if that was something very what do you call it? Like if people really wanted that figure or not, because I wasn't, I don't know what the situation was at that point. The thing that I do know is that the Tron films were not really successful financially. It was one of those situations that I think Disney was just trying to make Tron happen. Like every 20 years or whatever, every 15 years they try to make Tron a thing, and every single time it just failed. The first Tron film came out in '82, and I don't think it did well. I know I didn't watch that film until way later, just because I was looking at history of movies and stuff like that, and then I watched it. But then Tron Legacy came out in 2010, and that didn't do well either. I know the soundtrack is awesome. I remember the soundtrack more than anything, and the visuals were good. And then the latest one, the one that came out last year, the one with Jared Leto, that one also didn't do well. And didn't they tease a figure from that new Tron movie in one of those events, and they didn't actually announce that particular figure?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know how much desire will be for this line, or Tron figure. I know there'll be fans out there, but overall, I do think that Adam's pitch, I'll say it's a slightly more, I guess, more of a realistic thing, and I think more people would be more interested in buying, figures from these baseball icons. I personally wouldn't get the one that you were pitching, Adam. I personally wouldn't get him, but I know there's a lot of people who would jump at that. And the fact that you have that legends or baseball icons line, I forgot what you called it, the All-Star one or whatever.
The All-Star, yep, which would have Aaron Judge and
yes,
and,
Otani.
Yeah. So although
Jeter for the Hall of Fame.
the fact that there's that potential presentation there, or potential figures in the future that could happen, and I think a lot of people would run for that. Not just us 1/6 collectors. We'll have some other sports fans that would just go and try to get those figures outside of normally collecting hot toys and things like that. And then it would be cool to see, because I'm from here, from SoCal, but I've been a Yankees fan, so I would love a Derek Jeter figure.
Interesting.
So I would love Derek Jeter. I went to the last time he played at Angel Stadium. I made sure that I was there, so I went to the last game before he retired and stuff like that. So I would have liked that, and then hopefully it'll come with 27 1/6 trophies for that Jeter figure. So hopefully we'll get that. But yeah, I'm gonna vote for Adam. I do think it will sell more. I think there'll be more interest in that. But overall, great presentations as always. Always great presentations here. So I'll vote for Mr. OneAdamTwelve, and I'll do that now.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
there you go.
Thank you, Jill. Thank you so much for your feedback there. I really, really appreciate that. It's a tough call. I Feezy, you put on a presentation, and that music, dude, I was listening to. Like I said, I had those technical difficulties, but I was listening, and I was like, Feezy, man, you went all out. So I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I know you had to get up early, and it was a whole thing, but I really appreciate it. Marco, before you go, I know you got to jump off, but I want to get your thoughts, please, before you go. Let us know, Marco, where do you stand?
Yeah, just like you said, another tough one. I think both competitors really brought it, really put in the work, and you could see the vision, right? Like I could see both figures being made and being successful. So yeah, like definitely love the vision of both. So let me start with Feezy, because again, I've already put my vote in, but it's a tough one. So in terms of Tron, I really like the second film. Like, I love the design, right? So the figure that you chose, that rule of cool definitely applies, because whether you have the emotional connection to the property or not, it just looks badass. And you know, like you said, you could do it different colorways. It's got the lights, like it would be a standout figure on the shelf, especially with the bike. And like you said, like they've done bikes in that scale, they've done a Tron bike, so you know there's it's not so hard to imagine, and I think it could be just a really beautiful figure altogether. In terms of sports, yeah, I feel like it fits the category. Like, it is a little bit outside of, you know, the typical what you would think of in the category, but I buy the argument because, like you said, Quidditch, and you kind of lumped it in with some other sports where I could have seen them, you know, be a part of this category. So I'm not, I have no issues with that at all. So overall, really good pitch. Yeah, the music, everything about it, you really thought through all the aspects of it, the pricing as well. So well done to you. For OneAdamTwelve, I guess a little anecdote. I started collecting action figures, you know, kind of on a parallel track. So number one, I think I had like all the TV show stuff. So like X-Men, Batman, the animated series, you know, that type of stuff I had. And then my dad and I would collect sports figures. So they're like starting lineups back in the day. I think we've talked about on here before. So like I have always seen this, you know, need in the market to do some type of, you know, MLB, NHL, NFL type of figures, because there are these McFarlane makes, you know, sports figures. And I thought those were the coolest thing, right? From a step up from starting lineup, they were so detailed. And now when you kind of look at them, they kind of look like shit compared to, you know, 1/6 levels of detail that we're used to. So, you know, and those are, you know, people are spending $50, $100 to, you know, get chase versions of those. So I don't think it's so far fetched to imagine that they would be like, all right, for a significantly more detailed figure, I'm going to go for, you know, a few $100 more, or $100, $150 more. So I definitely see the need in the market. You brought up Derek Jeter because, all right, Big Papi, legend for sure. Like, I could consider it. I'm an Oakland A's, or well, used to be the Oakland A's, right now the Sacramento A's fan. And so I think there's, you know, some legends that you could do from the A's, but Derek Jeter, I actually saw his last game at Yankee Stadium. And, you know, I'm not a Yankees fan by any means, but he's an all-time legend. And so I could definitely imagine picking up a Derek Jeter figure or Big Papi. So yeah, I love the pitch overall. I kind of saw the vision for the line, and I definitely think baseball would be a perfect place to start introducing more of these sports figures. Because I think I see NFL at some point someone's going to do a Tom Brady. I think that's what's going to break the dam. But yeah, like it's going to take a little bit more R&D to get the shoulder pads right, to get the fit of the jersey right, but someone's going to do it eventually. But I think MLB is a little less complex, and I could totally see, or football, soccer, could totally see either one. So long-winded answer, but I have to go with OneAdamTwelve, although it was a very tough decision. I really think that could be a thing, and I'm hoping some company picks that up and starts doing that sometime in the very near future. My hope was Iconic when they did that Muhammad Ali figure, but it seemed like they're fizzling out a little bit. So looking for someone else to pick up that niche in the market, because I think it's there. I think someone could do it eventually.
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree, man. There's a lot of excellent points that you brought up there, Marco, and I really appreciate that. All right. Well, I got one more special guest judge, Chuck. You said you were a Red Sox fan. Did Adam get your vote? Like, is it in the bag? What happened here? Let us know, Chuck. What are we thinking?
So here's the thing. I'm old. Okay. So when the original Tron movie came out in 1982, I was 12 years old. I was playing the video game in the local arcade, and I was so excited for it. And that film was up against some stiff competition that year, because that was the year that E.T. came out. So that was Disney's first live action film that they had ever done. That was one of the really unique things about Tron. and it was a somewhat success. The nerds like me, we loved it because we went from the video game to the live action, and it was just like, and the special effects, we had never seen anything like that in 82. I mean, yeah, we'd had Star Wars and some stuff, but the things that they pulled off for that movie were just exceptional. I think it did like 45 or 50 million bucks back in the day, something like that, which was good. It made money. But Tron has always been kind of a niche thing. It really has. I think that I'm going to give you some serious credit for thinking outside of the box on sports and going the direction of Tron. Feezy, that was cool. I loved that. When it first started, I was like, what in the hell? I think overall the pitch was really good. I think the idea of including the cycle, when you first put the figure in, I was like, God, there's got to be a cycle. There's got to be a cycle. My notes that I put in my notes was, where's the cycle? Where's the cycle? And then you dropped it. And I think price-wise, everything's on point. Think that it looks good. Love the magnets. Love all of that. So for Adam, like I said, I'm old. I grew up playing baseball. I had a scholarship offer to Florida State when I was a kid. I went to Phil Necro's knuckleball camp as a kid and learned how to throw a knuckleball. Yeah, I was filthy. Tore this rotator cuff in my junior year of high school, and back then with a dad on a cop's salary, that was it. That was the end of my baseball career. Baseball has always been something for me that was just such an amazing thing. I think there reached a point with me with baseball where baseball lost me. I mean, the strike in 72, the lockout in 73, the lockout in 76, the strike in 80, the strike in 81, the strike in 85, the lockout in 90, the strike in 94. I mean, there was just this period of time where baseball felt like such a greedy thing for me as a kid who loved the sport and the purity of the sport. Having said that, there was something so beautiful about your pitch for me as a baseball fan. To see that iconic pose, that iconic moment captured in time and transferred into a figure. Huge Red Sox fan. Went to my first Red Sox game in 91. Some guys in Boston in line going into the stadium were like, why are you wearing an Alabama jersey? Where are you from? And I told them where I was from, and they're like, where are your tickets? I told them, they said, no, man, that's bullshit. You're not sitting there. And they called some friends over and got us tickets on the Green Monster. That we traded tickets, and they took us to their house afterward, and their mom made chowder. And I mean, just the whole experience in Boston. Boston's just it's my favorite city in the country other than the city I live in. I think opening it up to having the Hall of Fame series as well as the All-Star series allows people who are currently into baseball to have their All-Star series, but allowing people like me who loved the game in a different form to go back and relive those moments. I that pitch, that it moved me, man. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I really loved it. It was something I would absolutely buy those figures. You go back and you do an old Dale Murphy or Gary Matthews or you Gene Garber. I mean, you could have a Gene Garber figure in that sidearm pose that he would throw. I mean, I loved
I'm nodding,
it.
not knowing any of the players you're naming. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm old, guys. I'm old, but it's I think having the Hall of Fame line as well as the All-Star line, you're attracting old fans of baseball as well as new fans of baseball. But I think the cool thing that you're going to do, and you had mentioned McFarland earlier, you got people who collect the McFarland line, and now you're giving them an alternative to have something that's actually realistic. It's like the first time somebody got remember the first time you got a Hot Toys figure and you had collected something that was like that, but in a different medium, and you saw it and the way you felt and the way it meant something. And, like I had said, if you could actually get samples of the dirt from the stadiums, and now you can smell the dirt, and you open up your case and you can smell the dirt in your case. It's just, I think the coolest thing about your pitch is you're going to bring people to Hot Toys that have never collected Hot Toys, never heard of Hot Toys. You're going to bring people into the community and breathe life into the community, as well as giving something new to collectors we've never had other than the Inner Bay basketball figures. So for all those reasons, I voted for Adam on this. But Feezy, you did a great job, man. I love that figure, and I would still buy that figure too.
Yep, thank you. Same.
Awesome. Okay, before I share where I'm standing, I want to share an update from the poll. So currently, if we look at the poll, we are at 16 votes. Of the 16 votes, we have Feezy at 25% and OneAdamTwelve at 75%. OneAdamTwelve, it is looking very good for you. However, guys, it's not over yet. Go ahead and pull out those burners, Feezy. Call out your friends and see if anything will help you out here before I close the poll officially. Now I'm going to go ahead and share where I stand in regards to these pitches. Now, again, I always feel tied to the pitches. They're actively working. Feezies are calling people. Mom, could you please? I always feel very tied to the pitches. I'm actively, talking about them with you guys. I'm providing you my opinion, but at the end of the day, I want to make sure that you guys have fun and you guys feel comfortable pitching something, because with the category section here in the tournaments, it can get a little complex. It can get a little complicated because you can be forced into a situation, shout out to Brick Artemis, where you maybe perhaps don't feel as comfortable with that category because it's not something you would particularly like. I felt that a little bit on Feezy's side, so he felt like he needed to kind of think outside of the box, and we had some initial conversations. I let him know how I felt about it. He felt very strongly about his pitch, and at the end of the day, we both agreed that I wanted his passion to come through, which it did. I think that was the most important thing, that he felt passionate about what he was pitching, because when you're not passionate about what you're pitching, I think we, the audience, can tell, and I think that was very important.
100%.
So, again, we had that conversation. Specifically with your pitch, Feezy, again, I loved your explanation. We talked about this, before that. I loved your explanation. I loved how you compared it to Quidditch. I thought that was perfect. And you compared it to other sports from other cinematic films, and other cinematic sports. So I really liked that comparison, and I was like, yeah, like I can totally see that. For me in particular, I was like, I did ask him, I'm like, are you going to do like the primary characters of Tron? Because I felt like it might require that. Now there was a version like before, right? For Sam Flynn, or is that's his name, right?
Yeah, Sam.
Yeah. So that's where I asked you, because I felt like, well, usually for the most part, if Hot Toys does do a figure, it's usually like the main guy, right? It's usually the main players of the series. And again, I'm a fan of Tron, but I think it's very niche. I actually question it slightly, because you did make a question for Adam in terms of the popularity of the baseball figures, but I think the Tron is kind of in the same boat. Actually, almost maybe less, because I feel like Adam made a great argument, and when you probed them in the rebuttal section in regards to how popular baseball would be. And maybe perhaps David Ortiz, Big Papi, would not be the character or the figure that I would purchase, because I'm not a Red Sox fan. But these legends, the legends line specifically that you addressed, I thought was perfect. Adam, when you shared your presentation with me and I saw what you had done, I was like, that's perfect, because while David Ortiz may not be the figure for me in particular, when I saw Babe Ruth and Jackie Robinson and these iconic characters that transcend time, I was like, that's perfect. That's perfect, because I would buy a Jackie Robinson. I would buy a Babe Ruth, maybe even a Jeter. There's so many different, players that you could do that would get anyone. And again, baseball, again, it is worldwide. It is not like the NFL. And I think it was a good choice, because you did debate Tom Brady, right? And I think overall, the NFL, as popular as it is, and I still think we will see NFL characters, players in 6 scale. I don't know if it'll be officially licensed. I don't know if it'll be Hot Toys, but I do think we'll see that eventually. But baseball, I think baseball is a strong shot there. So I went with Adam on my vote as well. But Feezy, I'm very proud of you. I love what you did. And again, that passion 100% came through.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, I think it's time to close the poll. But hopefully, Feezy, you got in a couple more votes. Let's see if you did. Well, let's go ahead and refresh here. I'm going to give you guys 60 seconds. Guys, Feezy's friends, relatives, anyone that's out there that loved Feezy's pitch, go ahead and come by. I'm going to give you guys 60 seconds to try to sway his way. Let's see if it makes any difference. Let's go ahead and check in the chat in the meantime. And Vita says, it's all about the passion. Absolutely. I agree 100%. Vita is a champion in the Champions Tournament. She just won her matchup against Ben Thomas. It was almost a line slide on her side as well. I'm looking forward to seeing her next matchup because I think it's going to be a really good one. But once we get back to the Champions side, we'll be able to see that. I'm trying to figure out the bracket, Vita, by the way, since I have you. I think based on the bracket, you might face the winner of Geo versus Brick, I think, which is interesting. So we'll see. If that's the case, I would definitely pay attention to their matchup next month in the Meryl Streep category. So definitely take an eye on that one for sure. All right. I think it's been the 60 seconds. Let's see if I can bring this up. Okay. Let's see. Come on. Here we go.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah, go ahead while I bring this up.
Beam had said he doesn't, as much as I don't see baseball as a sport. I'm going to tell you right now, as someone who's played damn near every sport you can play, the hardest thing you can do in sports, hands down, hardest thing you can do, hit a round ball with a round bat. Hardest thing you can do.
Yeah, that's why the batting average is low, right?
Yeah.
Like 30%, 33%-ish, somewhere around there for being good. If I understand
if you can hit 330, you're a monster. I mean, it's just, especially
that's the higher end.
With that ball coming at you at the speed that it comes at you, you have literally like 0.2 of a second to decide whether or not you're going to swing at that pitch. I mean, it's
you got to
insane.
swing early, right?
Yeah, you do.
And being on the field too, you have to be ready to, intercept that ball.
Oh, you're muted, Jose. Yeah, not that this matters, but yeah, while Jose's doing that, wanted to remind people, like Chuck mentioned, Tron is backed by Disney, right? So that has like a lot of good pull marketing power. You got the Tron ride in Walt Disney World, right? So yeah, like Jose also pointed out, that could be a potential for the figure to be sold there and get people hyped. And then that coolness factor, right? Even if you're not familiar with the movie or just something you look at, one of those figures that you can separate between the source material and just like, oh man, this looks like a badass figure. There's no head sculpts and that whole thing. But yeah, again, I know it's too late now, but I just wanted to throw that in there as well.
No, it's an excellent point. I actually thought about how I think is it Disney World? It's not Disneyland, but I think Disney World has, or is it Disney World, or it might be
it's a Magic Kingdom in Disney World, that
has the Tron ride. Like, how like they always make you get off and then you have to see like the store. Like, imagine that you walk out and you see like this cool figure just right there, and you're like, you could buy it. Like, I could see that in every Disneyland. So, all right, but it is time to close the poll. It is at officially 17 votes. OneAdamTwelve, you have done it. You are a champion in the Redemption Tournament. It is over. You have won.
Hey.
Today's
Thank you, everyone.
Shark Tank. You did it, Adam.
Job,
congratulations.
Yep. Likewise.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Congrats, man. Yeah. Well deserved. Yeah. Like I said at the beginning, and like Jose was telling me, I knew it was going to be an uphill battle. If I were to pitch one, for the record, it would have been Joe Montana from the 49ers if I would have went traditional route. But again, I know that's NFL's more focused in America, so I didn't think it was going to sell as well. But yeah, I definitely want some sports figures, NFL in particular, because I'm more of an NFL person myself. So not to say yeah, definitely. If someone made those, that would be tempting. If they did them right, those NFL figures. Because I have the McFarlane ones currently, but yeah, it would be good to see some 1/6 scale versions of those.
My initial thought was Brady, and didn't do as well when in Gio's channel we had the vote. So I'm like, I don't know. And but the other piece too is like, if we're really realistically pitching this, NFL is still just a North American sport. Baseball, is a global sport, and so that's kind of why I went. And then that's the other. I'm actually more of a diehard baseball fan and I love football, but I'm more of a diehard baseball fan, a Red Sox fan, than I am even a football fan.
Yeah, awesome, man. Good job again, man. Congrats.
Great job by you.
I can't hear Adam or Jose.
Yeah, Jose's muted. I heard Adam.
Okay.
Can you hear me, Chuck?
Now I hear Jose, but I could not hear Adam.
I hear you now. Yeah.
I've been having the audio issue, so I switched it. Feezy, you don't hear the no more?
No.
It's all good?
I don't, not currently, no.
Yeah,
You're good. Yeah.
No, it's gone.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay. I want to do this this little nod for Feezy, even though he lost. This is for you, my man.
Oh, I appreciate that. I thought you were going to play that. You lose, sir. You get nothing.
Get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Ah, damn it. There it is.
There it is. There it is. I mean, you asked for it. I mean, I got one more for you. I got one more.
Yeah. Either way, the pitch is out there, so hopefully Hot Toys still makes it. I still want a Rinsler finger though, so Rinsler figure. So hopefully they pick that up and they do that.
Adam, Chuck was so passionate about it, man. It felt like when he was explaining why he voted for you, this is how it felt to me.
Shut up. Just shut up. You had me at hello. You had me at hello.
You had me a big topic.
What a great,
you
what
had
a great
me
line,
big topic, man.
Yeah, Jose with the clips, man. Nice.
That's awesome. They made.
If you're a Red Sox fan,
that was awesome.
Chuck is. You just know how important Big Papi was, particularly in 2004.
Oh, I love it.
Those in the ALCS, those clutch hits, and then in 2013, after the bombing, the Boston Marathon bombing, and David Ortiz went up to the mound. It was the first game after the terror that the Boston area went through, and he said to the crowd, he says, "This is our effing city," but he didn't say effing. So he's a legend in the Boston area.
Absolutely. All right, Adam, since you are the winner, you will continue in the bracket in the Redemption Tournament. And I will let you know there's only one more matchup that's going to happen in the Redemption Tournament, and it is between Collector Joey and Nick Collectibles. So these are our competitors. Now, I am confirming with them their schedules, and hopefully we can get that aligned. It is also possible that the competitor that could not make this triple threat match, Sal, may jump in that matchup. If it's possible, we can align the schedules. They may jump on that matchup. So Adam, keep an eye on that particular matchup. They will be your competitor in the Redemption Tournament. And then next up in the Redemption Tournament, we will also have Viking Collectibles going one-on-one with the champion of the first ever Redemption Tournament matchup, which was Shane versus Rogue One Photography, my guy. Rogue One Photography won that matchup. So it'll be Rogue One Photography versus Viking Collectibles on the other side of the bracket of the Redemption Tournament. All right, guys.
Ooh,
Adam,
nice.
I hope you're ready for that. All right, guys, before I let you guys go, we did promise the audience a small portion of figure talk because, I get yelled at when we don't talk about figures. And I think this was important because these are figures that were pitched on this show. So they actually came true. So I want to bring one up. I know this one's been getting a lot of shit. So I'm going to bring it up because this one actually won. So way back a few months ago, Gio, I think you were here for this presentation. It was Connor going up against Eddie Money Mendez. And on this episode, Connor decided to pitch this character, and with the hopes that a company like Inart or Hot Toys, I don't remember who he pitched specifically, Jill. I don't know if you remember.
I think maybe Hot Toys.
It might have been Hot Toys to make this particular character from The Mummy, Rick O'Connor. Now, Factory Entertainment, a company known for doing, like movie props and things like that, has come into the 1/6 scale game in a very interesting way, to say the least. And now, again, this character, it was one that the audience voted for. The audience clearly has an appetite for this character, but is this the character, the version of this character that we should be buying, especially at the price tag? I believe, is it in the $300 range? Confirm that for me, Jo.
$325.
$325.
Or if you want to get it before, I don't know when the deadline is up or not, but it was $275 if you do the early bird. Yeah, the early bird. That's special, yeah. But $325.
I don't know if I'm trying to do any early bird special if they're not going to be changing anything here. But I want to go to my audience here, my panel. Feezy, what do you think about this? Again, this is a character that was pitched on the show. It won, and it was realized, like Gio would say, a figure realized, right? It was realized on this show, so I guess I would call it a pitch to reality. What do you think about this?
Yeah, this one's kind of one of those unfortunate ones. First of all, I do agree with the criticisms. The price is high compared to other 1/6 scale figures like in this market, kind of similar, I should say. The head sculpt definitely could use some work. But again, these are just prototypes. That's one thing I forgot to mention on GeoStream also. I consider these are prototypes, so hopefully the final product come out improved. But I'm one for, like, I don't like shitting on other things just because there's an audience for anything, any art form, any medium. I'm not one to bash another person's hobbies or interests, right? So I just kind of like one of those one man's trash is another man's treasure. And then also, whoever works on these art forms or these mediums, they put some time into it. So I just I'm one, like, I'll give my critiques, but I don't like shitting on others people's interests there. So having said that, though, for all you Mummy fans who are looking forward to a figure, if you are interested in getting this and you are going to get it, kudos, shout out to you for Factory Entertainment for doing this IP, because again, some of you have already heard, apparently there wasn't any interest in this. No one else has picked up this IP, so at least someone's doing it. Whether that's up to your standards or not, I'll leave that up to you, because I know that varies per collector and our preferences and our expectations. It's ultimately, I just hope it just comes out to what people want and to what they're looking forward to, and they're happy with it. I should say, they're happy with their purchase in the end if they do proceed to get it. So yeah, it's all up in it's all up in this is all over the place right now, man. This is just crazy situation that Factory Entertainment is in right now.
Let me know, did anyone watch this? They just recently did a live stream, right? I think with Mafia or something. Did anyone watch
I saw
that?
I did watch that.
Did they comment on the fact that people are shitting on this? Like, did they say anything? Did they care?
If I recall, and I like Mafia. He wasn't. I think he was very polite with Barry, is the gentleman's name from the factory. Barry did say that these are, if I recall, maybe Gio, I don't know if you watched it. I think he said that this is still a prototype, not the final version. Not for this figure. Maybe I think he's referring to Jurassic Park. This figure, I think, is pretty much the final version.
I believe he said something that it is still like in the working stages, but he made it seem like there isn't going to be that much of a change, especially when it comes to the wrist, the exposed joints, and all that stuff.
Yeah, the body.
So he didn't make it seem like there's going to be that much of a difference, but that there is a working progress still, from what I remember correctly there.
I think one of the biggest issues, not just with this figure, but with the Jaws figures, is it's just the price. It's the price point, and you know, there are. I mean, obviously there are other issues with the figures, but if the price point was considerably lower, I don't think the hate on this would be as loud. But when people are, getting that Xenomorph figure for, from Sideshow, $305, or the Hot Toys Dark Knight Returns, $285, or Negan from InArt, $285, I think that was, and you're paying $350 for this. That's a tough pill for a lot of people to swallow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Chuck, before we go to Geo, I want to go to Chuck. Chuck, what do you think in particular of what Factory Entertainment is doing, in particular with this mummy character, Rick O'Connor, and is this going to sell? Like, people buying this? What do you think?
So here's the thing. We all have the things that we love, right? We curate our collections. There's collectors who, just go for everything, and they want everything and as much as they can get. And that's such an awesome thing. I've got a friend that's like that. You go into his room and he's got so many figures and so many, things that are up, and it's awesome. Love that. And then you've got people who have smaller collections that are highly curated, that are only collecting the very specific things that they love. And that's the beautiful thing about our hobby, is that we're allowed to collect the things that we love to have, and that means something to us. I think undoubtedly there are people who are fans of this movie that having this figure, especially if they expand the line out, I haven't heard whether or not they're going to expand the line out, but if you give us the female characters along with it, you could have a line that it's going to be something that it's going to speak to some people. Now, having said that, I think they are batshit crazy out of their minds on what they're pricing this figure at. I can't be more blunt than that. I mean, the Mummy was such a cool movie. It was such a fun movie. It was a movie that bridged the gap between my wife and I and our daughter, because she was younger at the time, but we could watch it together. It was still family friendly for the most part. It wasn't over the top, but it was such a cool movie, and I would love to have something that's obscure like this. I tend to love obscure things in my collection, so having something like this is something that I would really dig to have. But from what I'm seeing from a quality standpoint, they're out of their minds on this price. I mean, this is like Star Ace quality, maybe, in the $175 range, maybe $200 range, something like that. And I think that's a stretch. $350, they're out of their minds. This will sit forever. It will be their Christmas. Get this free when you buy something else. I mean, and if Sideshow carries this will be the free Christmas figure for the next 8 years.
My.
I don't know what they're thinking on the price, man. I'm very kind of repulsed at what they did with the price, because like you said, how much did InArt charge for Negan? $285?
Yeah, around there.
Two Terminators for $400? Wasn't it for something for the two Terminators, for the two T800s? I mean, I just, the level of quality with wrist pegs exposed like that was great 10 years ago, but that's not cutting it today. That's not going to cut it in today's world. It's just not.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting. Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah, this is a tough sell. Like, do you guys think that if it was priced at like maybe $200, $220, $225, would you be more forgiving of the quality of the figure?
200
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, 200. I mean, I'm in the $185 to $200 range on this figure with that, with the level of the exposed wrist joints there, the belt, the tailoring. I'm a 175, 185, 195 kind of buyer at a price point like that.
Jill, you agree?
I was thinking initially like 150, but
third party prices.
There's
Even
some third
less than
party. There's some third party figures that look better than this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, but yeah, for this one, I was interested in this. I really liked the movie, the first film, Mummy Returns. I think we joked around on my show last week that Factory Entertainment would be the perfect manufacturer to do the Rock Scorpion King from the CGI in 2001. You know that one, because that one was shitty, so it'll be perfect. So we talked about that one, but they did mention, Barry did mention that they do want to expand the line if this does well. But it's like you starting off like this though.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone. And then I have people on my panel, in the chats. I don't know anyone who's picked this guy up yet. Even with the early bird special, like no one's rushing for that. I don't know. If you like this, it's cool. That's your collection. You can do whatever you want with it. I don't think this looks good at all. And you're starting off with this, then what are the other ones going to look like? So. I don't know. I don't see this moving forward after this. They really do have to do a big change. So, but we'll have to wait and see. But
Okay. No, I totally get it. All right. Well, on the same vein, sticking with Factory Entertainment, there was another. Actually, this was one of the first ever pitches. Actually, it was the first ever pitch on this show. Let's bring this up. Oh my goodness. Factory Entertainment, what's up with your web page here? There we go. Okay.
Even that's having issues now.
Yeah. And I thought I was having issues, but yeah. Here we go. And boom. So on the first ever episode of Más o Menos, we had Brick Artemis go one-on-one with Collector Joey. Now, Collector Joey pitched Dr. Alan Grant and a Velociraptor and a very cool Jeep-style base. And he lost. But this figure is actually getting made versus Brick's pitch, which was the 90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, have not yet been made. So, Dr. Alan Grant, which I feel is an excellent choice to make for Jurassic Park, is being made into a figure. Now, there's some controversy about these images, specifically not about Dr. Alan Grant, but about this individual here. Jeff Goldblum's character, I believe his character was Dr. Ian Malcolm. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, oh my God, am I getting that wrong? So Dr. Ian Malcolm, there's some controversy in regards to the usage of AI. Now, guys, you're watching Más o Menos. Who uses AI more for our pitches than us? It's become a very helpful resource for us on this show. And we completely understand how it is to create a presentation mock-up for that. But to actually make a AI generated image as a promotional image is a little weird. It seems like people have actually put on like the image of the Iron Studios statue and put it exactly to match, and it does match perfectly. So I feel like this is not even a real prototype. This is just an image. Like no real prototype actually exists. Adam, what do you think about this? And would you purchase these figures with the idea that they may look like these images or may not?
I wouldn't purchase anything unless I see a near final copy. That's just something, maybe a slight tweak. I wouldn't, no matter who the company is. I think there's a few problems. Obviously, this AI thing is, and it's very different than how we just use AI in our presentations. Obviously, we're not toy companies. We don't have the resources of sculpting and 3D mod and printing. Maybe some of us have a 3D printer. This is, I think Factory Entertainment, they thought we had these IPs. People have wanted figures for a while, but no one, it seems that no one in their marketing team kind of gamed this out and thought, okay, what kind of criticisms would collectors have on this? And before we unveil our products, maybe we should think about, what could be some of the comments people could have. They just said, hey, we got the IP, let's just throw, let's like the Jaws figures, just throwing chum in the water that they'll just bite at anything. And you got to be prepared, and it just seems they weren't prepared for this. This is not, these just weren't ready for prime time. They used to say the Saturday Night Live when it started was the not ready for primetime players, and these, none of these seem like they're ready for primetime.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Now, I thought Alan Grant looked okay, but even then, it's one of those things where it's like Factory Entertainment, like, you're walking into a new space in the 1/6 scale community, and like you have to show your best effort. I don't think you're doing that here. I think you're showing us figures that would have been great maybe 10 years ago, right? I know I've been collecting that long, and so if in 2016 I would have seen this, I would have been like, wow, this is really cool. You know what I mean? Like, hell yeah, let's do it. And I think I would have been more inclined to purchase this. But this isn't 2016 anymore. This is 2026. And, players like InArt, like Caustic Plastic, and all these big players that are doing exceptional work, Hot Toys, obviously, I think they've shown us what is the possibilities. Even some third parties, Feezy. What was the Barbosa that we just saw? I forget the name of the company.
Yeah.
But
Equus, yeah.
Yeah, that was exceptional. I mean, I heard it's Damn Toys or whatever, but even then, Damn Toys, like, what's up? Damn, you're doing some good shit, And it's like, it's just, how can Damn Toys or whatever company they're going under do something so exceptional, and you guys are producing these products that don't look like they belong in this century. You know what I mean? Like, what's up with that, guys? Like, I just don't get it. I just do not get it. Who have I not gone to? Feezy, you were gone. What do you think about the Alan Grant and the whole Ian Malcolm controversy?
Actually, I see Chuck has something to get off his chest. Go ahead, Chuck. I'll let you go first.
Chuck, if you're ready.
Oh, or maybe
I was going to say I can't hear Feezy.
Oh gosh, you might have to go in and out again. It's doing that weird thing again. That's happened to me before. It was
weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want Feezy to go or me to go?
Well, if you can hear me and you want to go ahead and share your thought, go ahead and do so.
So here's the thing. To me, this is just to me. If the Jurassic Park license was available, why in the hell did Hot Toys and InArt not pick this up? That's my number one. What is going on in our collector world right now? Because I can't imagine what InArt or Hot Toys could do with these figures. That's number one for me. Number two, the Ian Malcolm one, it's not just that it's AI. That is an absolute direct copy of other than the face. The face is a little different, but the body is identical to the Iron Studios 1/10 scale Ian Malcolm that they made. If you go to Google and you look at the Iron Studios, it's the BDS art scale 1/10 Ian Malcolm. It is identical down to the folds in the pants. I mean, it's identical. They took someone else's work, put it into AI, changed the face, added some joints, some wrist peg joints and elbow joints, and they're promoting this as this is something that they're doing. I'd never buy from them at this point. Like that's just shameless to me. It's like Johnny said, these figures aren't ready for prime time, daytime, or anytime. How can you do this as a company and push this to us as collectors and make us think that this is something that you've produced and as a sample when it's nothing? And it's, we use AI for our stuff, but that's different. This is a company selling a product, legitimately selling a product to people. I'm disgusted by it. That's just my personal opinion. I have very strong opinions about it, but yeah, pisses me off.
Or anytime. That's funny.
Shout out to Johnny Chronicles. These figures. Oh my goodness. This comment, you take the cake, my friend. Not ready for primetime, daytime, or anytime.
Not ready.
Oh gosh. Johnny also said he has a spell of deja vu coming up. Feezy, do you care to elaborate on what he's talking about there?
I think he's referring just because we touched on this on Figures Talk last night on Gio's channel. Was it the 20th? Yeah, I think we covered Factory. I was gonna say es por eso, but I think that's why. Yeah.
No, está bien. En el español, mira, I encourage el español. Si puedes
I got
hablar
the
en
Spanglish.
español.
Sorry.
En el español.
Yeah. But yeah, it's tough, right? Definitely not a good look, man. Like I know Barry, he's the representative for Factory Entertainment that had that interview with Mafia, and he mentioned, or he said that there was no AI used, but yeah, like the comparisons to the Iron Studio statues, I mean, it's kind of there, so it's tough, man. Either way, like, so I don't want to say for sure it's AI because obviously I don't know. We can only go off what he's telling us, but either way, shout out to X-Men Supreme. He did mention potentially maybe Universal giving these companies some like promotional material to like go off of initially. So Iron Studios maybe just took that promotional material and made their statue out of this, and then same thing with Factory. Maybe they just took that and then they're doing this mock-up. So that could be a potential. I don't know. I'm just spitting out possibilities. But outside of that, if that's not the case, then yeah, not a good look overall, and not just being transparent, right? I know for you gamers out there, and I mentioned this on my one of my pixelated stream, my video game stream on Feezy's Media, that there was a video game that got I think it ended up winning Game of the Year on some outlets, on one of the outlets, and then it was later found out that they use AI for one aspect of, I think it was like a temporary image that they used on one of their promotional material or something along those lines. They didn't use AI in the game, but because they weren't transparent about using AI, I guess at any point, I didn't read the full story, but they were, they got that Game of the Year award or a labeling removed from them, which is, unfortunate. So, it's not hard. Just be transparent, just if you're going to use AI, I'm not saying that they did here, but if you're going to any company, in any form, art form, just be transparent. Lesson learned, just take that and just say you're using AI and just explain why. Hey, this is a placeholder. We're using AI. Final, as usual, they always have that subtext, right? Final may subject to change, final product. But anytime you try to hide it and it's like found out, yeah, you're gonna get shit for it. So just smart, just to be transparent up front to begin with, and just avoid all that issue. Because I don't think collectors would have mind at all if Factory, again, if they did use AI, if they just said that, hey, we just used AI for this part of it, but not this part. This is actually a render, or this is actually a sculpt done by so and so. So yeah, it's just, yeah, it's lessons learned.
What strikes me is that you don't even have to copy a Iron Studios or some other products, design. Like, me and Chuck were talking about like the prompts that you can give AI, right? And you can do it without like giving it a reference, as long as you show images from the film, right? Like to show like a full scale outfit, like you want to make sure you get the accurate shoes and things like that. If you prompt that to AI, and again, as someone who makes these mock-ups for the shows all the time, you can create a design, an original design, all right, for a figure without having to reference an existing product. So I don't understand how, if they were going to use AI, why they had to use the reference. It's like they think that no one would notice, and it's like, they just go ahead and do it. Like no one would notice. It's like no big deal.
That's the thing, though. I think that's another reason why, like, it goes back to maybe they got promotional material from Universal. Is they could have easily done that, but of course, anything you do with going the official license route, you have to get approval, right? So it's maybe they just couldn't just mock up something and just put it out there. Maybe like they had to get approval on this image itself. Just like, hey, Universal maybe okayed this and said. And that's another thing too, right? Someone, I presume that's the case, and someone at Universal did okay this. Like, okay, yeah, go ahead and put that out there. This is the image we want you to use, type of thing. So yeah, I don't know, man. I agree with you though. If they were going to use AI, if they did use AI, mix it up. Why not mix it up? So I don't know.
Here's my problem with it, and I want to interject this real quick. If you and Jose, I sent you that picture in Instagram. It's not just that they used AI for the Ian Malcolm, okay? It's that it is an exact ripoff down to every single wrinkle on the outfit. They are all identical. So if they did drop that in as a reference and give a prop of turn this into an action figure, but keep everything the same, I've been playing around with it yesterday, dropping that photo of the Iron Studios into AI, saying convert this to an action figure. I did it with Grok, I did it with ChatGPT, I did it with Gemini. I can't get it to replicate and match up the wrinkles all exactly on none of the prompts that I've given it. I can't make it do it. It changes that. So it's almost like they just photoshopped a head and joints onto an actual photo of what was already there. It's pretty shameful in my opinion, and it's insulting to us as collectors, honestly.
Chuck, you raised an interesting question. Why hasn't Hot Toys or InArt picked up the Jurassic? I'm just specifically talking about Jurassic Park license, because it's just a huge global brand. It's continues to be relevant with the Jurassic World movies, which I understand Factory has got the license to all those. Hot Toys obviously is, they've done figures of Scarlett Johansson's most recent film, and Chris Pratt. So they're used to doing those head sculpts. I can only guess that it's because they don't have the license for 1/6 scale or similar scale for the dinosaurs. In fact, because Factory was asked that on Mafia's show, they can't do the dinosaurs. Now, some like a T-Rex that might be kind of too big for a 1/6 scale. Maybe not. But a Velociraptor could easily be done in 1/6 scale, and that would fit in really well. So maybe they see that as well. If you can't do the dinosaurs, maybe we won't make as much. It may not be worth the price of the license for them. I don't know.
That could be it.
Yeah, it could be.
In terms of the ROI.
Yeah, it could have something. But think about it. They could do vehicles. They could do all the 1/6 scale stuff. Not having the dinosaurs is something that I could definitely see that being some sort of a pushback. But man, the figures that they could create, I would be all over that.
Yeah, absolutely. I to this day I do think that the pitch that Collector Joey did in the original Muscle Menos episode is better than what they're showing us here. So come on, guys. Like, maybe go back and rewatch our episode 1 of Muscle Menos Factory Entertainment, and go ahead and take some pointers from Collector Joey. That was going on, Factory Entertainment. Go ahead, Gio.
The other thing that I was going to say, just real quick, if the Malcolm figure was not AI, because they're saying that it's not, Barry also said that they know the guys from Iron Studios, so I would think that they would know that statue that they have of Malcolm would look like. So if it was not AI, I mean, I wouldn't have him look just like the statue, just so that it doesn't come off like, it's just a ripoff. I will try to like make it look a little different or move it around a little different if that was the case, if it's not AI. Because
the issue is that with AI, Gio, you can
Mhm.
tell AI, hey, okay, make this concept based on the Iron Studios. Okay, cool. All right, go ahead and in a new unique pose, go ahead with the same figure, go ahead and make another design in its different pose. Okay, cool. And then it does it using that subject. If you ask it correctly, it will create a new pose with that exact figure. So they could have done that. Like, who's doing these AI things? It's like, because if I can figure that out from my bedroom, why can't some dude that's working at a factory entertainment figure that out? I don't understand.
Oh no, I know that. Well, because they're saying that they didn't use AI, so they're saying that is not AI at all. That they just use like little things for like shadows or things like that. That's what they use for the AI, and that's what Barry's saying. That's what they're saying. That's what I'm saying. If it's not, because they're saying that that's an actual figure. It's just like a teaser, figure, I guess. But what I'm saying is, why would I wouldn't make it look like it was a ripoff of something that already exists, especially when they already kind of know each other.
Yeah,
it's like I would just avoid all that if that was the case, right? A lot of people don't believe that it wasn't AI, but I'm saying if it wasn't, I wouldn't make it seem like it's something else. It's like it's copying something else. And then the other thing is, I know they said that they wanted to just tease the licenses, that they were excited for Jurassic Park, but it's cool that they're excited for a Jurassic Park 1/6 line. I guess the only thing that the other thing that they should have done is just like what Hot Toys does sometimes. They just tease like, oh, we're doing this license of whatever, and then you show the logo of the franchise, the movie or whatever, and okay. So, I would be excited about that. Or just like the Jurassic Park logo alone with a bunch of like little jungle leaves, trees in the background, and Jurassic Park license coming soon, and that's it. And then you get the tease. People are excited. Now, the figures that they've been showing us, the Rick O'Connell and the Jaws, that's not gonna really get us excited for Jurassic Park at that point, but that's probably something that they probably should have done, but I don't know. They're saying that it was an AI, so I don't know.
Okay, I'm looking at
I
the
just sent
images you
Jose.
sent me.
I just sent Jose 2 images to really. They can stick this no AI shit right up there. You know what? I'm pissed off about this. In case y'all can't tell, I'm pissed off about it.
Think about baseball.
Because my wife is an artist. My wife is an artist. I'm a musician. So when people copy somebody else's work without giving appropriate credit, to me, it is like one of the fears that we have with AI is we're going to start having work copied without, giving proper credit to the people who originally created this, and that we're going to lose the humanity in the art. And this is an image of their figure and an image of the statue, and you can overlay these things with one another and they match perfectly. I just sent it to Jose, so he'll be able to show you this. But it just oh god, it pisses me off to the nth degree, man. It really does. It really, really does. It's just uncalled for.
Yeah.
Bush League, baseball reference.
There you go. Yeah, think about baseball. Get you in a better mood.
Yeah, there you go. It's just so Bush League, man.
By the way, Feezy, I did not know how passionate Chuck was about baseball at all. I didn't know he was a Red Sox fan. I didn't know any of that. So I don't, because I don't know if you were like, oh man, he put the stack against me. You know what I mean? Like, I was thinking right now.
But I'm a huge Tron fan. Y'all got to remember, man, I was like 10 years old in the arcade playing Tron. Everybody's playing Pac-Man, and I'm over on Tron just slicing it. I love Tron. I would absolutely buy that figure.
Yeah, I love the second movie. When I was in preparation for this, I saw the movie once all the way through, and I actually went through and started watching it again, to kind of show my son like how some of the cool aspects of it, because he hadn't seen it. But yeah, man, I still think it holds up. Legacy.
It's so good.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the image that Chuck just sent me. Yeah, I mean.
It's a perfect match on the wrinkles. Like, just look at the wrinkles around the ankles. Look at the wrinkles on the knees. Look at the wrinkles on the shirt, the big wrinkle to lower right hand side of the shirt, even
The facial
on the
expression.
arm, everything. It's exact. It's an exact match.
Yeah.
Here, if I had a mic, I'd drop it.
He said they said they used AI to enhance lighting in the background, which is a standard. I mean, I know that even though most people do that, even now, toy photographers are doing that a lot. This is Factory's entertainment of using the Jedi mind trick on us. These are the figures you're looking for. You will pay the prices we're asking for. You won't complain about it. Yeah. Are they familiar with the 1/6 community? Because that's all they do. So I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Right. Even with their solid figures.
Yeah. Before we end the show, guys, I'm gonna bring up the I was bringing it up, the Jaws figures from them, which again, these ones look like they came straight out of like 2002. Like what is this? Like, oh my goodness. I feel like, and I saw them at Comic-Con, I didn't think they looked this bad, but this is for such an iconic film like Jaws, like this is what you're giving us? Like, well, these look like dolls. Like I could buy this at Target. Like, I don't know. Feezy, tell me. Like, I know you don't like talking bad about things, so I want to go to you first because it's like, where's the optimistic point of view on this?
Yeah, no, copy and paste from Rick O'Connell to this, man. I'd say everything applies. The prototypes again. Hopefully the finals come out better than this. Yeah, same thing. I agree. Like they could use some work. I mean, I have no duck in this race on any of these IPs, fortunately. So I'm out of Mummy, Jaws, Jurassic Park. But yeah, again, for those of you who are big fans and you're looking forward to this, hopefully they do them justice for you fans. Yeah, because one of the things we face as collectors, right? It's just like always that decision. It's like, man, is this worth my money? Do I want to buy this, pay this much, whatever that may be for this figure, officially licensed or third party? And it's just to have that representation, right? It's either you buy it or you don't. So I guess again we'll see when these come out, but hopefully they do them justice. So, but I know again agree, high price point or overpriced for what they are, and then they need work, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam, what are you thinking?
I mentioned some of this last night on Figures Talk. I am a huge Jaws fan. It's in my top 5 favorite films of all 5 or 6 films of all time, and I've been looking forward to getting 1/6 Jaws figures for a long time. There's obviously one impediment that is absolutely not Factory's fault, and unfortunately, you're only going to get these two. You're not going to get, at least at this time, Brody, Roy Scheider's character, because there's something with the estate that they won't allow license. They won't license his likeness, so that makes it difficult. And to me, it's like getting. I liken it to getting 3 Ghostbusters but no Peter Venkman. It looks weird. It's like getting Robin but no Batman. It's just weird. That's not, again, that is not Factory's fault. NECA has the same issue. So, they're just trying to make do with what they can. Having said that, I think, I want to say like that meme, take my money. Because I would love to have these. Again, one of my favorite films. But this is just, this makes Star Ace look like inner. It looks like Mego figures from the late 1970s, early 80s. There's no weathering on Quint's jacket or clothes. It looks like they look like they just walked out of LL Bean, or the J. Crew catalog. It's not as I said earlier, not ready for prime time. It's so disappointing. And if this was at the 175, even 200, maybe, probably, kind of like, well, you might complain about it, but I want the representation, as people often say. For $350, no. I think, as someone major fan of the film, I want these figures, but you gotta say no. You gotta send a message, and I'm not gonna spend my hard-earned money on this crap, because that's what it's shark poop. It's total shark poop, and if we just take this and not see changes to it, then the companies that produce the figures that we love, Hot Toys and our Caustic Plastic, they're gonna continue to raise the prices on their figures because the collectors will just take whatever we throw at them. Here's the chum, they'll just bite at it like sharks. It's a terrible figure, and I would just look. You spend your money where you want to spend it. Obviously, people want to spend their money where they want to spend it. For me, I want to send a message, and I hope other people send a message. As Twisted Sisters saying, we ain't gonna take it.
That's a good one. Oh man, it's like I don't understand it. Like I generally like it just doesn't make any sense to me that they just felt like this was good enough. Like I would have been like like these guys on Shark Tank. I didn't show this clip, but this is what I would have told them. They show me these products.
For that reason alone, I'm out.
I'm out.
I've got to say, I think this is a liability nightmare. You don't have any claims that you can back up, so I'm out.
This was $290. Real leather, heavy body, 2 sculpts, all the accessories, $290.
That's awesome.
And these guys are asking $350 for this. There's just no way. Look, Jaws 2 was filmed like 5 miles down the road from where I live. I was 7 years old. My dad took me out. We got to watch it. The first Jaws had me so screwed up as a kid, I couldn't even get in a swimming pool. I was afraid of the shark being in the swimming pool. That's how bad Jaws screwed me up. This is like $12.99 at Target or something that you're gonna pick up at the yeah, like you go to friggin' Goodwill and somebody has thrown these away and you can pick them up for $1.99. I don't know what they're thinking, but they're out of their minds.
Yeah,
Johnny
it's says
insanity.
This is agonizing. Oh my god, I cannot speak today for me because I really want to get the Rick O'Connor or Apollo or Starbuck figures. I think they're relying on nostalgia too much to push them over the line. Keithley says it's not Factory Entertainment's fault, but why do they do the Jaws line but if they can't offer the main character of the movie? Such a weird decision. Zero weathering on any of their figures. The math isn't mathing.
Yeah, it ain't mathing.
Yeah, so definitely. Gio, I know you guys talked about it on Figures Talk last night, but just general thoughts. What are you thinking, and what do you think about these figures that they're producing here for you for Jaws?
Yeah, just the same thing that everyone's been talking about. They do not look good. The price of these are way too much. Even though I saw the Rick O'Connell was $325, I thought that these would be a little cheaper, but for some reason, but they're actually more. But I don't know. I don't know how this line is going to do. For what you guys mentioned about the other character, Brody, that he's not even going to be a part of this. So even if you wanted these, I mean, I don't know if you would, because that character is going to be missing, and he probably will remain missing because I don't think the estate's going to change their mind anytime soon. So there's that issue. They don't look good. The price is way too much. So I'm not interested in these at all. Again, I still don't know anyone who ordered these either. It's only been 24 hours, but I don't know anyone who's thinking of getting these here. But I guess we'll find out. But there was something else I was going to say, but I completely forgot now. Oh, the signature edition. So I don't know, I don't know if anyone's drawn to that. Like maybe it's worth it to you to get this the Hooper one with the signature, with the autograph. I mean, that one's $400. With the you get the figure and the autograph or the signature from Richard Dreyfuss. So I don't know if you're a big fan of this movie. Maybe this is worth it to you just for the signature, but I don't know. I don't know anyone who's getting this either. So yeah, not a good start. Not a good start for Factory Entertainment.
Nope. Yep. Not at all. Not at all. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for that discussion on Factor Entertainment. Again, I felt like it was interesting to bring up. I know every show's brought it up, but it was special because it was touching on the AI element, which is like something that is prominent on this show. Whether good or bad, but it is very prominent in regards to the presentations and the pitches that get presented here every month. But also because two of these characters that are their Factor Entertainment is making were pitched on this show, and so I felt like it was our duty to bring it up because it was something that originated here. So thank you so much for that discussion, guys. And again, we'll wrap up the show, guys. Thank you so much for everything that you guys have done for this show. I really appreciate it. First, I want to go and just one by one and just check in with everybody and see if anything you want to promote or anything you want to talk about. First, I want to go to my main man, Giovanni. Gio, thank you so much for being here. Your theme was selected. I know you're excited. Meryl Streep, you're excited about this. Brick was texting me on the side and telling me how upset he was. So how are you feeling? And again, thank you so much for being here, being a special guest judge here today.
Oh yeah, thank you, Jose, for having me on. I'm liking the challenge. Now I'm thinking, should I do a Meryl Streep character so that it's the theme, or should I go outside?
Wow.
So that's what I'm debating on. But yeah, I like the challenge. I'm very, very interested to see what Brick is gonna deliver next month. So that should be a lot of fun there. But yeah, Jose, thank you for having me. Nice streaming with all you guys here. Feezy and Adam usually stream with them on Figures Talk Friday nights. So nice having you guys again here. And then Mr. Chuck, first time streaming. Nice streaming with you. Nice meeting you. Great discussion, guys. Great pitches. Even though I didn't vote for Feezy, I did think it was a great presentation. I do think that figure, that bike would look awesome. Ultimately, I didn't think I thought the other one would probably sell more, with baseball and the global market potentiality and stuff like that. But yeah, so as far as me, I do Figure Talk Friday nights, 7:30 p.m. PST. I just recently got the InArt Pennywise. So for my 100th episode of Figures Talk, which is I believe is going to be on April 3rd, I'm gonna give away my Hot Toys Pennywise to a channel member. So I'll be doing that. It should be on April 3rd, but I'll give you guys more details later. But it is Friday nights, 7:30 p.m. PST, and that's pretty much it for me. So thank you guys. Have a great day.
Thank you, Gio. I really, really appreciate you guys giving up your time. My West Coast guys, I know I had to get you guys to get up early, 8 a.m., and I'm really sorry about that. We wanted Marco here for and it was the time that worked out best for Marco and for Adam on the East Coast side. Speaking of, Adam, you won today. How do you feel, man? You're going up next, in the bracket. You're continuing in the tournaments. You redeemed yourself, after last time. And again, last time you were close. It's not like you didn't.
And Best Behind, they produced that figure,
and it got produced. That was versus Carlos has not been produced, which is really interesting because a lot of the redemption tournament ones, the ones that didn't win, are the ones that being produced. Joey, and then now yours. So that's really interesting. So, Adam, how do you feel about the win? And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that.
Well, it always feels good to win. But I want to congratulate Feezy on a great presentation. I know clearly you're a big fan of Tron, and your passion for that definitely came through. And I always enjoy streaming with my friend Feezy. Jose, thank you for having me on. Always great being with you, and Gio, my friend from the movie canon Figures Talk. With you and with Feezy every week on Figures Talk. So it's always a delight. Chuck, you're a Red Sox fan. What can I say? You're my
all you need. All you need.
They're family.
That's right. In terms of myself, Sundays, I'm usually I'm co-host of Let's Get Nuts on the Ben Thomas Show. I'm not sure if Ben's doing a show this Sunday, but if he is, I'll be on that. And then next Friday night, Figures Talk with Gio and with Feezy. I'll be back on that and look forward to. We'll see if we get any announcements this week. Pretty quiet on the Hot Toys and in art front, so we'll see. We'll see what the week brings.
Factory Entertainment's like, damn it! Like we had to do it this week. He's like, we would have been buried if Hot Toys would have announced like some Star Wars figure or something.
Yeah,
like, no,
that would have been a good opportunity. That was a good time to drop those pre-orders, but they weren't good. So it was like a waste of opportunity there. So
yeah,
absolutely. Chuck, second time on the show, special guest judge. We're talking about behind the scenes, what might be happening in the future for you. But Chuck, how are you feeling?
Could be.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, it could be some interesting things developing. Yeah, this was awesome. First time getting to stream with Feezy and Adam and Gio. I love this format. I gotta tell you, it's just so original and fun and creative, and it puts art to the art, and I have so much respect for that. And the idea of coming up with this, it's same thing I said last time. This was just so much fun. I needed this. It's been a very rough 6 months in this family. We've had 7 deaths in 6 months, and so getting my mind off of all the crap and getting to hang out with you guys it's made my day. It's been wonderful, and getting a new family member in Adam and new friends in Feezy and Gio. It's been a beautiful thing, and I'm honored to be here, and I really appreciate you bringing me into this fold, Jose, because it's just so much fun, man. So much fun.
Sorry for your loss. That's
yeah,
absolutely, Chuck.
Thank y'all.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was amazing. Made my weekend. So thank you for having me again. And looking forward to what the future may hold. Hint, hint.
Absolutely.
So
Feezy. Again, I wanted to give you the spotlight here at the end because again, I'm actually very proud of what you did, man. Again, you stepped out of your comfort zone. You did something that you weren't super comfortable with, man. And I appreciate it, man. And again, we had our conversations about it, we had our debates a little bit, but at the end of the day, man, I'm just so happy that you gave up your time to be here, man. And again, even the time was a little thing where we were like, oh my God, 8 a.m. But you did it for me, man. And again, I'm so grateful, man. And I really appreciate you. And you're always welcome on Más o Menos anytime. Cuando tú quieras, estás invitado. This is your house, my friend. You can be a special guest judge anytime you'd like. Feezy, thank you so much for being here, man.
Yeah, man. Muchas gracias. And yeah, much love to you all here on the panel. Like, again, to Adam, yeah, it's always a good time. And to Chuck, yeah, well said, man. One of the things I love about doing this, not just the hobby itself, but the YouTube aspect, is meeting new people in the hobby and just getting to meet people in general. So Chuck is a good example. First time I streamed with him, so yeah, it was nice to meet you, Chuck, and hopefully it's not the last time we have a stream together. But yeah, I made some good friends of this, and I know of others that said that too, so it's nothing new, but it holds true, right? It's like a lot of you I talk to quite frequently outside of YouTube, so yeah, it's just really awesome. It just was fun. Yes, it was early. I was like, damn.
Yeah,
I even woke up. Well, I've been waking up earlier than usual, so it wasn't too bad. But still, like the show went on. Yeah, I was starting to wake up a little more. So like, okay, yeah, you guys helped with that. You brought that energy, and I fed off of that. So yeah, that was good. Yeah, and then so as far as for me, I got Figure Lowdown. So I have 2 channels. Sorry, let me take a step back. FeezysFigures and Feezys Media. So the Figures is self-explanatory. That's mostly collectible related stuff. I have a stream coming up tomorrow. What is that? The 22nd at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, and that's daylight savings time. That's Figure Lowdown. That's the stream where I talk about figures, multiple scales, mostly 1/6, 1/12 outside of the main player, so outside of Hot Toys and art, and then on the lower scale side, outside of Hasbro, so things like that. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. For those of you interested, I will be doing a giveaway as a thank you, a small token of my appreciation for reaching over 400 subscribers. So I did the first part of that giveaway on the previous Hot Talk episode, and then the second part of the giveaways will be during Figure Lowdown within the first 15 minutes. So that allows people who are interested to show up during that time, get their name in. I'm going to do a wheel of names thing, make it randomized. So in case you guys have things you need to do, take care of that day. I don't want to hold you hostage. You just show up that first 15 minutes, get your name in there. I'll spin the wheel, and then whoever wins, and you can always catch a replay later. So $25 gift cards to a retailer of your choice if you're interested. And just again, as a thank you for showing your support of my content and whatever I do and across all platforms. So there's that. And then on my Feezy's, and I'll have other streams coming throughout FeezysFigures, TBD. On my Feezy's media channel, I already mentioned a couple here. So I had, that one movie series that some of you have been on already. So Dune 2 was one of them, right? Gio was there for the Sinners one. So I cover that one. And then I just started one based on video games. That's called Pixelated. I did that first episode with
Viking
side,
and
Collector. Viking Collectibles. So there's that. And then I just started a new series that I'm going to do across both channels called Chillin' and Chattin', where we just talk about no structure. It's just we're just shooting the shit, talking about whatever that topic is. So collectibles, it'll be collectible based, obviously. And then on my Feezy's media channel, I have one coming up where it's going to be on TV shows and movies. Again, just general shooting the shit. And then another one on video games. So be on the lookout for those. Just keep it locked on those my two channels if you're interested on that. So, but yeah, thank you again for giving me this opportunity, Jose. Appreciate it, and then for the invite for future streams.
Of course. Absolutely, man.
You can look forward to
you can come on this show at any time, man. You can be my wingman anytime.
You can be my wingman anytime. Bullshit. You can be mine.
Oh, beautiful. Here, I love the guy in the background. Yeah.
All right, guys. It's been another capítulo de Más o Menos, capítulo 16. That's it for our guys. I'll let you guys enjoy your Saturday. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Los vemos.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Jose, can't you see?
Wait a second. The first word is Jose? I thought it was Jose. We know.
Wow! It's about a Spanish guy. Oh, Jose, can you?
I don't believe it, man.
It's so easy.